We're live.
If you could just give us a countdown.
Yeah.
Welcome to the stream, everybody.
Welcome to the stream.
Three. When I say I'm starting the recording, that's your countdown.
I need a verbal countdown.
I think it's going to be
I
From
did
10
say
to
it.
1. You went from 10 to 1.
Well, no.
Every video we post has got Gribbs going, I need a countdown. It's the first thing.
So you
And
understand
then-
the running joke now.
And then I immediately say 3, 2, 1. We're live.
Yeah.
Are we
Welcome
live?
to the stream, everybody. You're watching Star-Crossed Horizons. I always want to do the hot ones thing right after that, but anyways, yeah,
baby.
we're gonna play some Pathfinder 2nd Edition tonight. And before we do that, we have an awesome discussion question brought to you by one of the cast members. It's Chris himself. Chris, what kind of ridiculous thing you're gonna ask us?
Only because I take the time to look out so that we're not spending all of our viewers' time at intro trying to figure out a question. So I try to do a little bit of research at the beginning to help out.
Don't listen to that.
So
he's trying to get clout.
For those of you who are old enough to remember David Letterman, he had this segment called Stupid Human Tricks.
Worldwide fan.
I remember
So it begs the question, what is your character's stupid, human or otherwise, trick?
Ancestral.
Now, see, I'm old enough to remember David Letterman, but I don't remember that bit of his. What is the stupid human trick?
Exactly.
So yeah, he would just do
Just
it's
dumb
segment.
things. Yeah.
random people would be on doing dumb human stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd invite him into the stage and they'd do something
like
completely
weird talents,
stupid.
Yeah.
I think I need an example. Let's start with B. Will.
Oh fudge. My stupid
And not yours, your characters.
yeah, no, my
Yeah.
character's stupid human ancestral
Getting knocked
trick.
out doesn't count.
Well, you took it away from me. I mean, that's my trick. I get
Playing
knocked
dead.
out almost every playing dead.
Playing
There we
dead.
go.
There you go.
He's really good at it.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it. Yeah.
Okay. So, Chris, what's yours?
Oh, plain dead.
Here's what's funny. I thought of the question and then immediately forgot about it. I had to look it up again. So I have no idea. Never really thought about it.
Chris,
I would say
Holding a book and turning a page with one hand.
oh, he's got the Dewey Decimal System memorized.
Okay. I guess that
Interesting.
works. That works.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, Dom. That makes it your turn.
I think Svaldur's trick that he probably enjoys the most is when Wesley's not looking, he puts dirt on him.
Yeah, you mentioned that in the past. That's good.
Yeah.
it's fun.
Okay.
All right.
Gribbets, give it to us hot.
Bromir.
Yep.
This one's a tough one.
Don't say you break out into blotches when you eat broccoli.
Right.
No, it has nothing to do with broccoli.
It's not a trick. It's an allergy. Or an intolerance. I can never tell the difference.
He just doesn't like it. He had a bad spell of broccoli one time, so he got in his head he was allergic, but he's not really allergic. But his stupid, because he is a human, well, he's a half orc technically, but he's a human. Trick would be,
Trick?
he knows how
That's
to
what I
do
heard, too.
what?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I heard it too, but
What? Tell me what it was. I want to know.
it sounded like you said prick instead of trick.
Stupid human prick.
You all are human pricks.
But at least we're not stupid.
Oh, I'm the dumbest of the bunch.
Oh, I don't know. Challenge accepted.
So Bromir, he learned how to take a spoon or maybe even a dagger and kind of looked like it's going into like his nose or something like that, like a disappearing sword or spoon trick that you can do. Like it's just sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
That
you
kind
were
of
going to
thing.
say he learned how to hang it on his nose.
Oh, like a spoon?
Yeah.
Mm.
I want to know which one of you guys keeps putting catnips on the enemies.
Ever since I got my nose pierced, and I've been cleaning it with saline solution on like a Q-tip and stuff. Like when I clean the inside, is like the time that I get to like clean out all of the booger buildup, and it's amazing.
content.
But yeah,
that's,
but like
So
save
glad
that
we're
for the
talking about
OnlyFans, bro.
yeah, no. But I've also learned to get that Q-tip in deep. Probably shouldn't do that like your ears, but
In the nose or the ears?
in the nose, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to find your brain up there.
I've never
bad news.
taken a Q-tip into the nose.
Oof.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like the COVID swabs back in the COVID
yeah.
days, like, oh my god, they got so deep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I got a couple of
they-
knuckles deep.
They
before
tickled the
one-
brain for sure.
Yeah.
That's a memory. That's a memory. Anyways,
What's the nose version of
it
hot
tastes-
tua?
Sneeze.
Farmer.
Sneeze tua?
anyways,
Chua.
Chuba.
my characters, because I don't have just one character, but all of my characters, their special stupid human trick is being able to change the shape of their face. You know, because they're faceless stalkers.
Welcome
So
to
that-
Star-Crossed Horizon.
So wait,
I'll see myself out.
The deer we killed could
Mhm.
change its face?
The
Or
moose.
the moose.
Or moose, whatever. The deuce,
Mhm.
the mirror.
The poor moose that was killed twice.
Twice.
It should learn to stay dead.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't
should-
bode well for our future.
You should learn that
No.
your team doesn't moose around.
Oh.
I thought you were leaving.
I'm still here, baby.
Did you
He's
say I'll
still-
see myself out?
He hasn't hoofed it yet.
Oh boy.
Starting off strong tonight. For something.
Anyways, let's chat about what happened last time. Does anybody want to start us out?
On Star-Crossed Horizon Z.
So let's see. We ended up at the Druid's Grove, Alduin's Grove. Elduin. So let me adjust some volume here.
Do we have music?
You really should use the user volume controls. Chris.
No, I know. Oh, I forgot to mute a tab.
Oh no.
Okay, that was my
Oh
bad.
no.
I missed a
This
step.
music is giving Strahd.
That's a different campaign setting.
I know, that's why I'm saying this music makes me feel like we're in the castle.
Okay, that was my bad. Sorry, viewers.
You think it's a little too off theme?
A little off theme, I feel like. Especially if we're in a Druid Grove.
Yeah, I mean, you know. All right.
What do you got? What do you got?
We'll mix it up, I guess. We'll see. We'll see what we get.
It will be a mystery. Go ahead, Chris.
So Chris was, I think,
Oh.
telling us about.
Yeah,
what
so
happened.
we ended up at Alduin's Grove. When we got there,
Elduin.
no, Elduin's Grove. I don't know why. I keep
Alduin is a
saying
character
Alduin.
from Skyrim, the dragon
Yeah,
from Skyrim.
Yeah.
And do it.
Anduin?
Mediocre game at best.
And
That's
do
my hot take. Last week was after we subdued our crewmates
That's right.
and basically rescued them from the mind control effect that they were under that we're still not entirely sure about.
Hmm.
It was 60%. That should be good. And we spoke with Elduin some, and he mentioned that I think we were the first to be freed from what we later learned to be a device that we had transported or were transporting, and I got some questions about that later. Prior to our encounter with the Eye of Abendego.
Okay.
and discussed some more with him about his grove, and managed to realign the circle and the runes and whatnot to repair them so that his grove would continue to flourish. And we've learned that there are 2 devices now in play. One we know and have on hand. Yes, the one we have now is on hand is some kind of psionically powered device that is able to affect people's mental states. And not entirely sure all of the effects of that at this point.
I think the one you have on hand is the one that's able to move things through space and time. The one that affects mental states is not on hand.
Oh. Is the one that affects mental states the one that we have the drawing of, that the faceless stalkers? So there's a third device.
No, there's only 2 devices.
Remember,
There's one
Hadron
that's
was
like-
messing around with it, and that's how the Allosaurus
Right.
showed up.
Right.
That one's like mechanical
Okay.
clockwork almost.
Oh, so
the other device is the purple stone with pink tendrils.
And that's the one that we have the drawing of.
No, you have a drawing of the mechanical device.
The one that we have on hand now.
Yes.
Okay.
But that's not the one that controls people's minds.
We've just heard about it.
You just heard
from
about that one.
Okay.
The ghost.
I thought we were about to enter into a whole chain
I'm
of who's
sorry.
on first.
Okay.
I was getting ready for
I'm
it.
clear on it now.
But yeah, the
gathered up
device
some
that you have is the one that is responsible for essentially what you can gather teleporting this Ankylosaurus to you guys, who was enraged at the experience.
Now, once we killed the Ankylosaurus, its body stayed, right?
Yep. It is
So
still
it's safe to assume that it came from somewhere else in the Prime.
there. Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. And that was one of the things I wanted to do, was some kind of either recall knowledge or possibly a do the like lean lore on it, but we can do that here in a little bit. What else? So we were gonna attempt to gather up some wood, but Elduin wasn't down with that. And I think we decided to go ahead and head back, pick up the circus, swing around, pick up our other crewmates, and then deliver the circus to wherever it was they wanted to go.
Chalk Harbor.
Chalk Harbor, that was it. Map up here. Yeah.
Okay.
And we got a full rest finally. We got a night's rest finally.
You got a full night's rest. You did get your ship topped off on HP. You just didn't get any extra wood to carry for repairs. Let's see. I think we left off as you guys were taking the full rest, right? We didn't do anything after that, I don't think.
Right.
Because we had that one day that we repaired the circle, and then sounds right.
Okay. So let's say you guys wake up the following morning. It is bright. You see sunlight filtering through the leaves of the deciduous trees, and like a salty breeze flying in contrast to that whole vibe. But it's all in all very comfortable, cozy, and you wake up feeling very refreshed, and you get a very strong sense of peace here now. And as you kind of like look around, you do notice that the ghost of Elduin is notably absent.
I'm going to take some time to speak with Onaka and kind of try to fill her in on what's been happening and what we think is going on with us. That the last 2 years, we've been under the influence of something, and we've only been out from the influence for roughly, 5 days? I think is what we said.
No, it's been longer for you guys now. I think you're on to like 2 or 3 weeks now.
2 or 3 weeks.
Because you
Okay.
guys,
Did
if
we-
you remember, you've done some sailing around. And
Yeah.
Did we clarify that we were under mind control, or if it was the faceless people that were assuming our form? Did we ever confirm that?
With the 2-year time frame, that's what I'm leaning towards, but I don't think we got full confirmation.
I
But
don't
the
think we
way
did, but
Ghost was-
I'm sorry.
Elduin did say that he
Freed our
freed you
minds.
guys from mental compulsion when you arrived at the island. So if you
Okay.
believe him, then that would be confirmation.
So yeah, I think that's what's happened.
Yeah, best guess with the device. Because remember, we also determined that when Wesley got attacked on the ship, that it was
Roughly 2 years.
possibly an effect of the device.
Oh yeah. Back
And Roscoe
then, yeah.
attacked you. Yeah.
Roscoe.
Went mad.
Before we lost the 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was in the prologue. And Chris got 2 permanent hero points for remembering.
Swimming.
I was like, they're so far from the prologue that nobody's gonna remember this and put it together.
Like I said, I only remembered because it happened to me.
Yeah. Okay. So let's imagine, I guess, you've woken up, you're kind of starting to probably make your morning preparations. Maybe somebody's cooking breakfast. We know that Tavom is chatting with Odno right now, and they're kind of like, she's making broad, wild gestures as she talks about. She's now, initially the conversation is like, what happened? And she's like, I have no freaking idea. And you fill her in on the last couple of weeks pretty quickly. And then conversation moves toward the shackles themselves and like all the people that are down here and who she's excited to see and all that kind of stuff now that she's here. Because last time she remembers, she was in, outside of Vire, basically. So she seems like she's adapting very quickly, very well. Francois is quiet, off by himself with Bhasko somewhere. Man, I'm struggling with names tonight. They're chatting quietly. What are the rest of you guys doing, do you think, as you get ready to leave?
I think Svaldur is just going to be on the ship, just getting it prepped for when we inevitably set sail later on.
Okay.
Wesley will probably be talking to Decius to see if he remembers who all had access to that device when we were transporting it.
He says pretty much anybody had access. Anybody who had access to the cargo hold. We didn't have it in any kind of separate area. It was at first, like I mentioned before, we didn't even know it was anything special. It wasn't until after I had some time to inspect the cargo and start to do some research that I realized it was something we needed to be wary of. But so between when we took it on board and then that was several days. I don't know.
Did you bring your concerns to Hollister when you found out?
I mentioned it to him, yeah, but he said he would keep an eye on it. But it's not uncommon for us to have valuable cargo,
right?
Like that.
Just curious.
anything that gets us closer to solving this mystery, I'm happy to help.
It is indeed a mystery, and I'm not sure if it's a fun one or not yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. You said did you have some other things you wanted to check on, Chris? Some other?
Yeah, I wanted to do probably just maybe a standard. You know what? I don't do Glean Lore very often. I want to do a Glean Lore check. I mean, I don't think it's going to matter because my religion isn't that high. On the Ankylosaur to see if I can determine where it may have came from. Like I said, basically to determine whether it was like if it's native to the plains, or could this particular one could have come from another plane, like the plane of Earth or something like that. Basically, I want to see if I can determine the power of the artifact.
Sure. Excuse me.
Well, I've got. Well, I'll just roll the recall knowledge.
Okay.
And it should be based off of my religion.
Okay.
If it specifies.
And what does the Glean Lore do exactly?
Was that the advantage roll? I don't remember.
No, it basically allows me to use religion to do a recall knowledge check on something related to my mystery. Let me... There it is. There it is.
Okay. You do believe that it did come from the plane of Earth. You could see a little bit of around the outside. There's it was basically a portal, and you're just kind of trying to remember. It was just large enough for this monster to fit through, but on the edges, you could kind of see a little bit of what was there in the background. And
was it salt?
You think it was something whitish, so maybe it was salt. You think, yeah, probably the plane of Earth, and you're pretty sure it is a shadow giant.
Salt of the earth.
This item is more powerful than I first thought. If it can summon from the plains.
Perhaps it was because I was in the vicinity.
You could attempt a nature check too if you want to, Chris.
Oh, I think I will. I'm just going to roll that one regular. I'm not sure I like that those hidden rolls. Oh, actually. Before I do, I want to go ahead and cast my scholarly recollection.
Okay.
And so I'll just take the nature check again.
Get your little advanto.
Yeah.
Mucho better.
Yeah, much better. The plane of Earth theory, you're like, man, I mean that maybe, but you do know that Ankylosauri are known to stalk the lands of the Mammoth Kings, the Mammoth Lords.
Mammoth Lords.
And as you think about it, you're like, well, maybe the white salt crystals was actually snow, or
Rhyme.
Or reason.
Or reason.
Or reason. Rhyme, R-I-M-E.
Sure.
Look it up.
Reason, REASON.
Google it.
I was gonna say RIESEN, like the candy. Come on.
Raisin?
Anyway.
Reasons? Oh,
Oh, raisins.
the best.
And now I'm going to leave for absolutely no reason.
Anyway.
Very cool. Okay.
I mean, regardless, you do get the impression that the artifact is quite powerful. And this was, this happened because Adron was just kind of fiddling with it, and he sort of had a gut instinct and ran with it. You really don't know if this is how it's meant to be used or what its actual purpose is intended to be. But there are so many there's so many dials and levers and stuff that can be moved and changed that there would be like tens of thousands of permutations of different things that you could choose, easily or more.
I think this artifact's too powerful to let in just anybody's hands. We should keep it and study it further.
Not any Tuckers you got in your pocket.
Right.
Am I right, Tucker? I mean,
okay. Got him.
Okay.
Yep, definitely should take it out of Hadron's hands and put it someplace safe.
I can hold on to it for safekeeping.
Yeah, don't give it to me.
And then I would probably just make some casual conversation once I meet back up with Svaldur, and ask him, if what he knows about the ankylosaurs, and for knowledge's sake.
And Svaldur is rightfully infuriated that you mistaken him for someone from the Mammoth Lands.
Yeah.
I thought...
I'm from the land of the Linum Kings.
Oh, I thought it was... I'm sorry, I thought it was...
Chris.
Thought it was the same thing.
Wesley.
It happens.
Wesley, I'm quite offended that you would assume...
That's right, because...
From where I'm from, when I have told you about myself before.
I know, I apologize. I just
don't care.
that connection that I had with my curse just kind of really threw me off, and I apologize.
Well, you should be, but it's accepted.
This is me rolling my eyes.
Can we roll, please?
Nice.
And do you need any assistance in identifying it?
I mean, we can always look. That's me rolling my eyes.
Nice.
Nice. You did well.
I mean, any help determining what we can about it would be helpful and greatly appreciated.
You're gonna take a look at it, Svaldur?
Yeah. Could I do either survival or lore hunting?
On what grounds?
Lore hunting for if it's like generally like what it eats, where it's from, what kind of like
about the ankylosaur.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about the artifact. My bad.
Oh, if I thought he was talking about the ankylosaur. If we're talking about the artifact, then that's totally my bad.
Oh,
what are you talking about, Chris?
The device. I thought he was talking about the device too.
Okay, so yeah, my fault. That's my bad. I assumed this time.
I'm trying to be understanding of the hunting lore, but I'm not seeing it.
Can I make a crafting check on the device?
Yeah, I could do crafting as well.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I would like to.
Let's say you guys spend a few hours like getting things together off of the, gathering up meat and stuff like that off the Ankylosaurus, and you make your way back to the ship, and kind of everybody has now gathered on the ship, and you're sort of, we'll say you're all standing relatively close by, not necessarily all in a tight circle or anything, but Wesley and Svaldur and Tavom are having this conversation.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I don't know.
Woof.
Shit.
Oh, wow.
That's a roll to aid.
So you do
I've seen better.
You aiding Svaldur?
Yeah. He said he was doing a crafting check.
Yeah.
I mean, so is Tavom.
Yeah, so was I.
If you want to If you want to aid him instead.
No, I don't think it's going to matter either way.
Yeah. In both cases, I mean, you don't really learn anything. You do note that the device is very light in your hand. Like it looks like it's, the size of it is like, about
Softball.
like this. Yeah, like a softball size. And it's made out of metal, so you kind of, implicitly think, well, this is probably going to be pretty heavy. But as you pick it up, it's like very lightweight. But despite that, it seems to be very durable. Like it seems very sturdily constructed.
Like a softball?
Like a softball, yeah. You'd think if you got hit in the face by it, it would hurt, like as if you got hit by a softball.
It looks heavy, but it's actually kind of light. Like a
What are those?
softball.
Like a softball.
Texas-sized oranges, like, oh.
Yeah.
Could I
By the way,
craft some sort of
question? Where's Bhasko?
Bhasko, we're going to say you have made your way back to the ship as well. You've been spending
Okay.
time with Francois this morning,
Okay.
catching up, chatting.
So it's not Monty just out in the open over here looking like he's lost.
It's
And
just,
I
I
just-
don't know where to go. This is not my Monty.
This is
and
not my
my
Monty.
circus.
He said it.
okay,
Hey,
I'm
he
back
said
on
the
He
the
said the thing.
ship. Got it.
But yeah, I think I had you invisible over here because we were keeping you on the sidelines.
It's cool.
But yeah, you are present. Do you have anything you wanted to talk about with Francois specifically? I mean, like, I imagine you guys are going to sit down and kind of cover some of the basics, but
Yeah, really just that, kind of catching up, just seeing where he's been up to, and then just like touching the high points of what we've seen and encountered, especially. I mean, maybe not jumping to the ghost moose, like because part of him still thinks it was all just a weird dream, and that it just ended up
It
back
was.
here. So like he was gonna like
I'm not
maybe
going to
touch
tell him
on
about the
it, like,
moose or the ghost of
Yeah,
the
it's like
moose.
just kind of like maybe tease a little bit. I'm like, hey, you hadn't heard any stories of like moose around on that island? Or you weren't on that island. You were on Site B? Oh, okay. Got it. Got it.
No, we weren't
Just
moosing around at all.
They weren't
Oh my
moving
God.
around, yeah.
moosing
Not
around.
moving around.
Yes.
And
so,
yeah, pretty much right away, he's like, "Oh, unfortunately, I do not know anything about what has happened. I just you knock me out, I wake up here. Where have we been? Laurent,
Law 2 girl.
You're like, oh, good. It's just, it's good. Just good to have you back. And he just kind of like gives him one of those awkward hugs and stares off in the distance, like, it was a dream.
oh yeah." And he hugs your leg, and you feel his furry rat whiskers.
Is that what they're calling it now?
Yeah, Francois, if you guys, I'll see if I can zoom the view in here. You can see that he is a rat folk of a, statesmanly posture.
Yeah.
But yeah, he seems really excited to see you again, but he doesn't seem to remember anything after the same time lapse that you guys had. After you guys went into the maelstrom,
Okay.
he doesn't have any memory.
Okay. Then I'll kind of leave him safely on the ship, grab Monty, and kind of head back out towards the last place I saw everyone was by this.
Well, you guys are meeting up on the ship now. They're all-
Great. Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
I'd like
Yeah,
to
so-
try.
Yeah. What's that?
Okay.
I was just saying, I would like to try to craft some sort of box that would keep those levers from moving to put the device in. To
Okay.
keep it stable so we don't accidentally, I don't know, teleport an ankylosaurus onto the damn ship.
And I cannot wait for a 1 to be rolled for this.
Oh yeah,
Give me that crafting check.
we've all well.
Can I do I have time to aid him in that as well?
Sure.
We've
Yeah,
all
we've
went
all-
well.
well rested. We're all well rested.
Fuck. Oh, here we go.
8.
That's
That's
an
an
aid. That's an aid. All right, here we go.
Plus
Cooperative nature.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
A 13. No. I mean, you craft a crude box. It's not very fancy. It's just basically a wooden box made out of some sort of driftwood that you found and cut into, reasonable shape. But it's rough hewn. It's not fancy or shiny or anything, but it is a functional box.
It's the best we could do with the driftwood and the dead wood that we found, since we're not allowed to cut down any trees.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we put some sand in the box, it might help it from moving around a little bit more. It will be stable.
Of course. That's Francois. Sorry. That's one of my favorite lines from the Glass
Hot
Cannon
Two Girl?
podcast. Their side quest side sesh. Troy played one of the butlers as a French guy, and his name was Laurent Thieu. And so he always pronounced his name Laurent Thieu.
Wow.
Anyways.
You got to give it that Mon Dieu.
Good cheese, though.
Jeez.
But
cheese.
yeah. So you guys are on the ship. You have the device in a box. I'm assuming the device is in Svaldur's possession, or are you guys going to put it somewhere on the ship, or how are you doing that?
I do think we should keep it within the group, just in case if we're in port or something and we leave it there, that it's just not completely left by its lonesome.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Assuming it's not too bulky to tote around.
We know that it's as light as a softball.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's about as big as a softball as well.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
So now it's a softball in a box that's keeping it from moving its parts.
What if we just carried it around with the strap?
I mean, do we want to just leave it in the open?
No.
Or are you talking about the strap on the box?
On the box.
Oh. And we have a bag of holding, right?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't
We bought one.
I can just keep it in my backpack.
Your backpack of holding?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just slide the box into your backpack.
Slide
Okay.
it.
Just add softball to fact.
Nice. Nobody wanted to fiddle with the artifact again?
No.
I might. No, I'm just kidding.
Bhasko's
Can I
take a look?
Can I try? Or yeah, can I just show it to Bhasko and
Which,
maybe
yeah, I don't...
Steve?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna talk to Bhasko about the artifact and maybe try to help him, aid him in maybe trying to understand it a bit better.
Okay. Yeah, and just to fill you in, Swing, I don't know if you've heard any of the intervening stuff, but basically the artifact is the one that you guys have a sketch of that was described to you from Drenchport. So it's this sort of clockwork, almost like mechanical, but it's very finely crafted. There's nothing rough at all about it. Like the stuff that you see is all very precision engineered, basically.
Yeah.
Beyond anything
design. It's not just bolted on kind of goblin.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you see it has a number of little tiny levers that look like they can be kind of switched off and on, and they're really fine. You got maybe 20 of them in a row, just kind of in a quarter of the circumference of the device. And then there's a large blue gem about yay big, which some people had already identified as being some sort of Aeon stone.
Oh.
And then additionally, there's some sort of a dial, and it rotates. It doesn't it clicks, but the clicks are very fine. You move it just a little hair, and that's 4 clicks.
Okay. So, okay. And Bhasko I hear y'all talking about this as he's getting back up to the deck with Francois. Oh, you're here, and see the box. Wait. What do you have there, Svaldur? That's mighty fine. Ooh. And you just seem kind of lost in a second, kind of seeing it in your hands. What is that what we came here for? Is that right?
Well, not exactly. We're not sure why we came here. We just know there was a note, and here we are.
The thing from the drawing we saw, though, yes. So, but this isn't the thing we tried talking to dear sweet Jesse down at the armorer shop, was it? Was that with the
Yeah.
drawing?
This is it, and that was a
That
clothing
is-
shop.
Oh, okay. So, do we know? Have y'all figured out what it does? Y'all played with it? It looks like it's got some nice buttons.
No, this is different, right? Because
No, this
Who's
is
on first, Chris?
this is the thing that brought
no.
the Ankylosaurus here.
yes,
and Monty and Monty and you were off hiding behind the shed with
Yes,
with
They were
I
catching
remember-
up.
I
Yeah.
remember the
Francois.
hiding. Yes, I remember
Yeah.
the hiding. I don't remember and Ankylo, whatever it was you just said there. It was a lot.
Yeah, it was all
yes.
very fast,
Oh.
but basically, you gather that Hadron fiddled with the device, and it effectively opened a portal that an Ankylosaurus came through, and then it turned off, and then you did battle with the Ankylosaurus. You were still conversing with Francois, making sure he was okay, of course, which is your friendly duty, and the others were fighting off the Ankylosaurus. You knew they had it well in hand.
Yep. I
Of
know.
course,
I
of
almost
course.
died again.
Ah,
That's
that's
nothing.
You were fine.
it was
I was fine.
just some Ankylosaurus. Yes, I got it.
They've got it.
Oh,
It's fine.
they've got it. Oh, great. You mind? Could I take a look at it and see if it's kind of figure out? Because that's a whole lot for something so small to be able to do. Just seemingly by accident. And so I'll kind
mean,
of huddle in with, because Svaldur's holding it.
I'm not opposed.
Yes.
I'm just going to throw this out here. I'm not opposed to you looking at it, but I'm wondering if we should not do this on the ship, based on what happened previously.
I'm
as
willing
long
to
as you
just-
don't turn the levers.
Yes, I was willing to just kind of take a deeper look, not touch yet. So if I can
Yet.
look,
I heard that. Yet.
we can find some good safe space, not on our boat, our ship. Yes, I
There's no
agree.
space.
Let's be safe, because
There's no
whatever
safe spaces here.
anymore Ankylosaurus show up. So
So you're just gonna take a look with no switching, no flipping.
no fiddling, I guess. Just yeah, just kind of like hold it in my hands, not like twisting or fiddling with the little switches. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, it sounds like one of those pens with the 7 different like color ink like draw coming out of it, but also with the weird dragon dagger like thing on it.
And it's
play it
also
as an
the
instrument,
size as a softball.
And
Size
it's
of a softball.
size of a softball, so
Yeah.
like
It's about as
maybe-
light as a softball too.
a really intricate jaw harp. Just like, oh, okay. It's okay. Would you just a regular old crafting check?
Sure. Yeah.
Do you want to?
Oh, I would like to aid.
Okay.
Yeah,
put
I
our
would
heads
attempt
together
to
here.
aid, but
Everybody's out here just aiding. It's beautiful.
I'll
Plus one.
attempt to aid.
+1.
Plus non.
If I can find my thing.
Wesley, 8.
Tavom is still coming in here, so still just the +1.
Okay.
Hmm.
+1.
Oh, it's night. It's one of those nights.
It's
So as
teasing
you're
us.
fiddling with the
Oh, God damn.
I'm looking really close to it in my hands with everyone else.
Bring it.
How
I need
big is
some
the
more.
creature?
I want some more
No,
XP.
I'll get
You
my
can't-
initiative ready.
Oh man.
you can't really make out anything that hasn't already been discovered. You kind of you're looking at it and you're like, sure, yeah, those conclusions seem reasonable, I guess.
Okay.
But you're not able to learn anything further.
Yeah, Hadron was able to determine that the writing on it was some sort of ancient dead language, I think.
Mhm.
That
Aslanti.
Aslanti. Nobody's spoken that in a while.
Mhm.
Because I've got. Gosh, even alright.
Maybe we can't because I've got comprehend languages. We can read it.
There you go.
Yeah, I think you did. I think
I
you
thought we
cast
did
right?
that. I don't remember what the.
Because you had it was basically like numbers and letters.
I remember
think
talking
marking-
about it.
Marking the different dials and stuff
Okay.
and levers.
So it's like some
even
kind
though
of.
you were able to discern what they said, it didn't really reveal how it was meant to be used because there's it's just
Right.
it's a pretty small device. So there's not like a manual or anything.
Well, it is manually operated.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
So,
Okay, so you guys are on your ship, about to set a heading. Somebody tell me where that heading is going to be. Before you tell me, though, let me pull us out to that location, that most mysterious of locations. Now, because you have done some charting, and you've talked and thought about some different routes you might take, I'm going to reveal a little bit more of the map here.
Oh.
So let me get the World Explorer, and we're going to reveal some tiles. And so you guys know that the intended destination of the circus is Chalk Harbor. And Chalk Harbor is located right down here.
New text.
We're doing it live. Chalk Harbor.
It's new text where they immigrated from text.
old text.
Right. From
yeah.
text.
From text.
Yeah.
There's old text, and then there's new.
Yeah. No, they came from Texas. And they settled over here in New Texas.
I don't think I want to go to Chalk Harbor.
So yeah, Chalk Harbor is right here on the tip of this little peninsula.
Okay.
Now,
Texas.
last time, a few things were mentioned. People brought up a few things that they were interested in doing. Tucker, who's not represented here, said he wanted to go after the constellation. B-Will said he didn't want to do that. B-Will said he wanted to go find a larger city. Other people said they wanted to take care of the circus stuff and get the rest of your crew from Drowning Rock. You left Hollister, Rain, and I think maybe you left also. Is Mr. Snuts there?
I think
as
so.
well? I think Mr. Snuts may be there as well.
Sounds right.
I
Yeah,
felt like
that
there's
sounds
3
right.
people that we left there. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
recall Snuts.
You don't recall
I
these
don't.
Snuts?
Because I feel like I would have remembered.
I remember
I-
the name.
Well, yeah. Who doesn't remember the name
Oh.
D Snuts?
Okay, so
Oh yeah.
yeah. Well, okay, so another thing to remember is we've got a cargo of weapons that we need to offload somewhere, and presumably pick up some more cargo to take wherever we're going to head.
So refresh my memory. When we left Drenchport, that's where we left the secondary vessel
Yeah.
under the protection of.
But yeah, they were coming.
Right.
You sent a message to Drowning Rock for them to come get it.
But we don't really know if they did or not.
I won't know until we get there.
So, I mean, I'm thinking we go to Drenchport first and then to Drowning Rock because we may still have to sell that other ship back around.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they haven't left Drowning Rock yet, we could head to Drowning Rock, pick up our 3 shipmates and see if they've left already, because it's been it hadn't been a whole week yet, right? It's just 3 days.
I think it's only been about 3 days.
It'll by the time you get back, of course you recall it's about a day and a half sailing to get back to Drenchport. And you guys did take, I want to say it was about 3 days here on the island, because you spent a day doing the runes, and then you also repaired the ship while you were here before Elduin told you to stop cutting down his trees. So you guys were here for about 3 days. Took you a day and a half to get here. There's a day and a half to get back. So that's going to be just about a week almost.
Is it reasonable to expect that they could get to Drenchport within a week?
Yeah, if the messenger was fast, and they did send a message via magic. If you recall, you did hire somebody to send
yes, we did.
An instantaneous message. So, yeah, I mean, I think within a week, they very feasibly could have gotten passage there.
Okay.
So yeah,
well,
go to Drenchport.
Which did you tell you didn't send a message for your companions to come to Drenchport, did you?
No.
Just the people to pick up the boat.
Right.
Yep.
That might have been wise.
Hindsight being
because Hollister
probably should have done that.
Yeah. Well, Hollister and Rain were supposed to be selling some cargo that we offloaded there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why we left them.
Maybe we should go there first and finish offloading cargo before we pick up the circus.
So, could I do a recall knowledge check to see if the weapons that we have on board would sell better in Drenchport or Drowning Rock?
Well, definitely Drenchport, because Drowning Rock is very small.
Okay.
It's more like a fishing village than like a town.
Gotcha.
Drenchport is a town. Chalk Harbor is between the size of Drowning Rock and Drenchport. Now, I was going to say, because Tavom had expressed an interest in a larger port, you are aware that just a little past Chalk Harbor is Hell Harbor, which is the largest city close to here. There are larger cities in the Shackles, but Hell Harbor is one of the bigger ones. And it is just a little bit past Chalk Harbor. So that might be something you would think about in your navigation.
Drop the circus off at Chalk Harbor and proceed on to Hell Harbor. Do I think our weapons would get better prices there?
Probably, yeah. I mean, Hell Harbor, you definitely sell them faster. I'd say that for sure, because there's just a lot bigger market.
Do we have enough room on the ship for the circus and the weapons?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a clown car?
Whoops. New
Yep.
It's new Texas.
Yeah.
Texas.
Well,
I want to say something so bad, but I'm not going to.
Because if we could go to Drowning Rock first, if they haven't sold that cargo yet, we could reload it and take it all down to the bigger harbor.
So we don't want to check in at Drenchport or just sail past it to see if they picked up that other ship yet.
I mean, I figure we got to pick up our crew anyway, and if they haven't sold it, we can load it on, then go up to Drenchport and pick up, because we left people there too that we also have to pick up.
Either way,
Either
way, we're going to be doing a little bit of backtracking. Now, if the captain hasn't left for Drenchport by now, which I'm assuming he has, we could pick him up and take him and drop him off if we go to Drowning Rock first. So I think I'm okay with either way. I'm okay with either trip.
So we
I think
Drowning Rock, pick up our people, pick up the captain if they're there, go to Drenchport, drop off.
And that way, if we go to Drowning Rock first, we'll know if he's left to head that way, and that'll just give him a little bit extra time to make it there, so that we don't have to leave a ship unattended.
There you go. Okay, gotcha. Because it looks to be a shorter trip here than it is to kind of like circle the island. But
so are we going to D-Port or Drown Rock?
I think we put it up for
Drowning.
We go to Drowning Rock.
Drowning. Svaldur.
Drowning.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, did Dom say something? Did I miss it?
I don't know.
I'm muted. Drowning Rock.
Okay. That's 3 for drowning. Bromir, Bhasko, any, would you like to write a dissenting opinion?
Not at this time. But Drowning
I'll
Rock
go.
seems to work, and then whether we circle back to Drenchport or we're going to Drenchport to pick up the circus, correct?
I think
Yeah,
so.
Drowning
Yeah.
Rock first, and then Drenchport, I think, is the plan.
Got it.
I'll abstain.
Cool.
Okay. So you guys set a course southward.
Objection.
Leading
Overruled.
Okay.
You're making good time. Somebody give me 2d6.
Did the flute roll that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it is the ship.
The flute's got to get it in there, bro.
So
Flute.
the wayward sun drifts south and encounters no trouble. Fair winds,
Following
easy
seas.
seas. Yes, following seas. As you make your way to Drowning Rock and you reach Drowning Rock, there, like, as soon as you pull in, I mean, you're one of the biggest ships in the port. Like, there's only a couple of other ships there, and they're all smaller than you. So as soon as you pull in, you can see people like on the pier, like waving, hey, hey, and some people go running off to say, "There's a new ship came into port. A ship's in port." So within just a few minutes, Hollister and Rain, you see, come out of what looks to be kind of like a small, village tavern, and they make their way up to the deck. And Hollister's like, "Oh, so glad you came back for us, Wesley. It's been a couple of weeks now. I think starting to worry.
Things-
You might not make it back, but
Yes, and I do apologize. Things kind of got out of hand. We've discovered some interesting facts surrounding our situation, and anyway, we're here. We're gonna make a run back to Drenchport. Did you manage to get that cargo sold?
and Rain kind of pipes in. It's about time you came back, Captain.
Oh,
I thought perhaps you'd gotten blown adrift somewhere, maybe smashed up on a shoal.
Well, it
While
wouldn't.
you were away gallivanting, we did sell the cargo, Hollister and I. And she
Well-
pulls out then he's like, by this time, Hollister, you can see, is almost a little bit kind of like abashed, like, just give him the bag, Rain, just give him the bag. And she pulls out a sack of coin, and she hands it to you. It's heavy sack. You open it up, it's all gold coins in there. There are 110 gold coins in the sack.
That is
Yes,
a
the
welcome
people
sight.
of Drowning Rock were in desperate need of cloth, so our arrival was quite timely, and we were able to make a good amount of money while also providing a much necessary service to the good people here at Drowning Rock. So we're very happy with our work. Rain, you're right, we did very well.
As well as enjoying your shore leave.
Sure.
Sure.
Can I sense motive here?
Of course, sure.
Some attitude
Sure.
there, like
Well, very well. Did you
One of those nights, folks.
Checks out.
did you expense your costs out of this amount? I'm assuming.
Yes, of course
Yeah.
we did deduct our living expenses, meager though they were.
Well,
Eager that. Never mind.
well. Very good. And I trust you're rested up and ready to go. Mr. Snuts, is he around as
Already.
well?
Yes, Mr. Snuts is here. He's making his way out just now, I think. We told him that you were here.
Good. We've got a job, a favor, if you will, for Bromir there. He had some friends in a circus that happened to be in Drenchport. And
Entire
you say?
circus.
the entire circus,
A
yes.
whole circus.
The whole circus and all of the Montys.
Monty's
Oh.
No.
Do you think there's any chance we might survive the circus?
Circus?
I think it's going to be the full Monty.
Okay.
So we're gonna circle around.
Where are we?
What are we doing? No, after you guys jibber jabber back and forth for several hours.
Yeah.
They do.
Who's on
they do
first?
board up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you guys do spend some time restocking whatever foodstuffs and wares you need for the trip.
And I would take some time to consult with Hollister. Hey, we've got this cargo of weapons. Once we drop the circus off in Chalk Harbor, if nothing comes up there, we'll move on to Hell Harbor.
Do you ask him about the thing?
Yeah, I was going to ask about the other crew.
That too. The captain. And
Yeah, he tells you the captain left several days ago as soon as message came in.
Okay, so he should be there soon.
Yeah. And well, since it took about a day and a half to get here, he probably is there already. But yeah, sorry. What else were you asking about?
The device that the mind control device.
Okay. What do you say to him?
Hollister, do you remember, I guess before all of this happened, we were transporting a device.
Device? What do you mean a device?
Some sort of magical device. Decius.
Yes, you mean that stone,
the stone. No, it's a
stone. Gem.
Yes.
I guess it would be a gemstone, perhaps. Yes, I only saw it maybe once or twice. I always got the weirdest feeling when I got close to. I think I mentioned that to you a long time ago before Vire, didn't I? Gave me the weirdest sensation every time I got near to it.
I don't remember that. Well,
and the GM was dropping hints, but
yeah, I see.
He was trying to keep them light so you wouldn't.
I'm gonna have to go back and
you get your hero point.
Watch those videos. Yeah, hero point, GM.
Thank you.
Well, as it turns out, we think it was some sort of mind control, has some kind of mental effect, as you've noticed.
Yes.
Yes. Do you remember?
It was so whimsical. It was almost like one day I would walk past it and feel anger, and then a different day I would be morose. And at first I thought it was just me, and then I noticed it only happened specifically when I went to that section of the cargo, and after that I tried to steer clear of it.
Did you ever notice anybody in particular in the crew spending time around it, or?
Well, I mean, of course, Decius spent quite a bit of time researching it.
Right.
I don't remember anybody else going down there. You know, we never exactly trusted the crew per se, but we never had any problems with theft, if you know what I mean.
Sure. You know,
Hand was not particularly known for being merciful, so
honor among thieves and pirates in our case. Yes.
Sure.
Are we all here when this conversation is going on?
I mean, that's up to Wesley whether or not this is private.
I think I would be talking to him a little more privately, just to kind of get an idea. Now, I would, after discussing with him, you know, once the group is alone, I would let you guys in on what we discussed. Well, Hollister, do you remember that incident with Bhasko? In attacking me.
Put him in the brig. Yeah, I remember. Yes, and Mr. Snuts, he had to. You questioned him, yes, with Mr. Snuts.
Yes,
I wasn't there for the questioning, but I remember hearing about it. Sure,
I was there too.
We suspect, and it's entirely possible that perhaps he was affected by the device.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting. I knew as soon as that thing came on board, there was something weird about it.
Do you happen to remember who we did the job for, who we did the delivery for, who we delivered to?
Delivery? What do you mean?
Well, what happened to the device? It was my understanding that per Decius, we picked it up and transported it for somebody.
Oh no, we captured it from a merchant vessel. Doing what we do, you understand?
Right.
Fair loot.
Oh.
We let them go along their merry way, and we hardly even accosted their crew, but we did take many of their valuable belongings. I remember, yes, it was a ship named Misty Mornings.
Misty Mornings. Do you remember what flag they were flying?
And as soon as he says the name of the ship, Wesley, you do recognize it as the ship that belonged to your... Oh, wait, who's your...
My grandfather.
Yes, your grandfather.
The merchant.
Yes.
Was this before I joined the crew?
Yes, yeah. It was.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
it was actually just a scant couple of months before you joined on.
Hello, my name is Wesley. You killed my grandfather.
You seem quite stunned. Do you know the Misty Mornings?
I do.
Is it MORNINGS or MOUR?
MORNINGS.
That's my grandfather's ship.
Oh well, I'm very sorry to hear that. Like I said, we hardly accosted the crew or the captain, as I understand it. He was hale and hearty when we left him.
Yeah. I mean,
the ship was seaworthy.
That was before I joined the crew. I mean, can't be any recriminations for that.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's just no way we could have known.
Well, I don't remember grandfather saying anything about it, though.
Were you in touch with him before you joined?
Yeah.
No, perhaps the timing just didn't line up. I don't know. It's possible that maybe he wasn't on the ship.
It could have been, or it could have been that he wanted to spare grandmama with the gory details, if you will. He didn't want her to worry.
I fear it would have been a very substantial fiscal loss, what we took from the ship. As the keeper of the cargo, I am responsible for the tallying of goods that come into the ship, and as I recall, not even counting whatever this artifact may or may not have been worth, but it was quite a valuable take.
Oh boy. Okay.
In fact, that's one of the reasons I believe the captain was so quick to try to beat a hasty retreat out of the areas around Absalom.
Did we just happen to come up? Did you just happen to come upon them, or?
I assume so. I don't really, I don't. They take care of all of that. I just do my thing.
Well, perhaps Decius would know. I should speak with him.
Yeah, maybe. Yes. He's a sharp. Decius. You met what Decius is here?
Oh, yeah. He's on the ship, Decius, and
oh, fantastic.
Ohana.
Oh, Francois.
And Francois. Yeah.
Hollister. Hollister Flafoot. It's so good to see you again.
What accent is that?
Oh.
It's really insulting French.
It's really insulting French. I know what that dialect.
Yeah.
Enchanté.
Enchanté.
Just insulting Lumiere. I like this.
Oh. But yeah, so the crew kind of has a small reunion there. Did you have anything else you wanted to ask Hollister before you?
No, I think that's.
So you guys start making your way around, and I mean, you kind of like think to yourself, like, why would grandfather have been carrying something like this? You wouldn't have thought that was kind of his stock in trade.
I thought he was just a normal. He was just living the easy life, retirement, just transporting goods.
Who knows?
Retired.
Who knows?
Doing work.
Just working, coming in on the weekends, ordering in.
It's like when you retire and you go work as a Walmart greeter.
Yeah, exactly. That's sailing the hardy seas.
This is the easy job. This is
well,
what he does for fun.
what he's a retired adventurer, so it's not like he's going to take the easy life.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys make your way back toward Drenchport. Somebody give me another 2d6.
Let me select the flute. Oh, someone got it.
Okay. Another uneventful journey. It takes a little bit of extra time because you catch some weather as you come around the lee side of the island. I don't know what the words are, but the wind coming off of the Eye of Abednego, as you know, it just kicks off storms periodically, quite frequently that hit Drenchport. So as you guys come around the horn here, you kind of run smack into the face of one of these storms, but it's mild. It's not one of the bad ones. You make your way to Drenchport, but it does take you about 2 days. You arrive in Drenchport, and of course, it's more bustling than Drowning Rock by far. There's probably about a dozen or so ships that are in port at the time. You immediately can tell that the sloop is gone, and as you dock with the pier. And the dockmaster comes out and he's like, Captain Wesley, a message was left for you.
Ah, thank you. Where may I retrieve it?
Right here.
Thank you. Of course. Prompt. Very good. Very good.
Envelope.
Excellent. Yes. Okay. And I will open up the message.
And it's just a very simple note written in a simple hand that says, thank you. It's hard to find an honest man these days. And signed the captain.
I just kind of chuckle. We'll come across him again sometime.
Maybe.
We'll steal his shit again.
Right.
We're gonna commandeer.
We need to borrow your ship again.
Yeah.
What had happened was.
Right. All right. I kind of tuck it in. That's going to be one of my keepsakes, I guess. One of my trophies.
Captain West is going to ride that compliment high for years.
Years,
I tell you.
It's going to be framed.
I don't remember. Refresh my memory. How much was it to send a magic message?
That's a great question. I also don't remember. So I'm gonna come up with an entirely new ruling tonight.
Can we go low?
Gold?
Oh gosh, no.
I think we said
10, 2.
I want to say it was like 15, maybe.
That could be reasonable. So
I don't have that much. 10. I have 10.
But they have a nice handy table, I think, for spellcasting services.
High level, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was gonna see if I could look up real fast, but kind of struggling on it. Okay, so sending is a 5th level spell, and it costs 80 gold to have a 5th level spell cast for you. I don't remember if that's what you paid before. I feel like it was cheaper than that. So we'll just say 40.
Okay, I don't have that much either. Okay.
That's cheap.
Apparently, we've made an impression here at Drenchport.
We'll say he has a lower level version of sending that is shorter range.
Yeah, we get like
because sending is planetary, so like he's got some.
All right. Well,
carrier pigeon.
Yeah, Island Terry. It's just Island Terry.
It takes longer, but it still works.
It's that heading. It says local calls only, no international.
No, domestic.
If I call collect, I'm going to say my name is and give you my message.
Yeah.
3 gold
and then
for
hang up.
Additional minute.
Hello, my name is. Mom, come and get me.
Pulls out this
Had a baby, it's a
It's
boy.
a baby, had a boy.
That's an old reference that newer crowd wouldn't understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
all right.
okay,
You
so
know.
yeah, you guys are back in Drenchport.
Okay.
Thomas, of course, is still on the crew on the ship, and he kind of just hangs out on the ship. You notice he doesn't make any moves to like go into town at all.
I'm sorry, who
Brother
was that?
Thomas.
Oh, okay.
Brother Thomas. Yeah. The kid
Young
that you
brother
saved from
Right.
Wahagan.
Right. Thomas, you can stay with us if you want.
I'll just stay on the ship if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Drenchport was his home
Yeah.
originally.
Yeah. But you know that he was like he's an orphan. He doesn't have family or anything.
Right.
Do you want us to tell Brother John or any of the others that you survived and that you're going to stay with us, or do we need to keep that a secret?
Just tell him I didn't make it. But there was a lady. There was a lady in town, Mrs. Smith. She worked at Smith's Tinctures. She used to make a little concoction that helped me with my condition. Could you go by there and get me a few bottles, perhaps? I don't know how long we'll be at sea.
Insulin.
I don't think you guys don't know what his condition is yet.
I don't think we've ever.
I didn't know he had a condition.
Wasn't it orphanism?
No.
Holy shit.
No.
What?
I didn't hear
Am
what
I
he said.
wrong?
Could you
I didn't even have
repeat
to
that?
roll
I
for
didn't
that.
hear
It's
what you
just
gonna
said.
be hard
common
to top
knowledge.
that.
Yeah. It's going on his sheet. As a
That's gonna go
condition.
on your quarterly
I've
review.
got a record.
It's going on your quarterly review. It's going on your review.
God is looking down on you so hard.
And he's looking down on you.
Looking
I'm
down.
taller than he is.
Look.
Okay, so we do need to step in town
If-
to go to Smith's Tinctures. Got it. Oh god.
Oh man.
Okay.
So, yeah. Go ahead. What do you guys want to do in town?
Bromir, I suppose since you have the connection to the guys at the circus, if you would like to go inform them that we're ready to make way as soon as they can get loaded up.
I did that. Or I do that.
Okay. Let's here in a second we're gonna take a short break, but let's put some ideas in the tank here. So Bromir's gonna go.
Is that where they have the fish?
Oh my god.
No, it's the lobsters.
I can't take you guys anywhere.
Not to the orphanarium because we don't qualify.
Well, they keep them before they take them out and let them cook.
And I did so good when y'all started talking about the clown cars, because I wanted to say, no, I'm not going to say it. Okay.
Anyway,
I did good. You'd be proud of me if you knew what I was thinking and I didn't say it.
I'm proud of
You're
you.
making it worse.
But yeah, so Bromir is gonna go talk to the circus. Anybody else doing anything in town while you're here?
Captain, perhaps while we're here, we can use some of the funds from what we earned to at least restock the ship with some wood in case we need to make repairs at sea.
I think that sounds like a great idea. Yes. Because you can never be too careful.
Yes.
Sounds like the advice of a first mate. Do you have a first mate? Is Svaldur your first mate?
It was never discussed.
I don't think
It was never discussed.
But that is good advice. So that puts you in the running for sure.
I've
We're gonna have
never
a
heard.
debate at some point.
I've never.
Okay.
I don't want Svaldur as my first mate.
So shopping for some needful supplies. Anybody else got anything they want to do in town?
Svaldur, do you want to handle that? Do you want to handle getting the repair supplies? Since
If we're looking for speed of just getting the transaction over with, I can do that. But if we're trying to fetch a good price, I'm not one to to haggle.
Sure.
Okay.
Wesley's like, fine, I'll do it myself. Get out
Yes,
of the running.
that's okay. Just
Out of the debate next month.
Perhaps
As I
the
said, I can get it done, but I will not try to.
perhaps
um,
Tavom might have a better way of getting things cheaper.
I mean, maybe, but probably not in Drenchport. I think I'd need to be in a larger town to.
Okay.
we're
Need to be in a
working on
place where I
that.
could-
Yes.
I can run away.
Really work my magic.
Yeah,
As
where I
it
can
were.
really,
What do I do
Now-
with my hands?
where I can really stand out. And
I need my hands to be seen, so they have to be real tight.
All right. So yeah, I'll go ahead. I guess I'm the talkie boy.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and haggle some repairs, and general supplies, food and fresh water and whatnot.
I mean, I'll assist as much as I can.
Alrighty.
Bhasko, take Monty and go pick up those tinctures for
Perfect.
Brother Thomas, and then
Okay.
stop into the blacksmith shop to pick up some more just ammunition for his blunderbuss, and look at some pricing some of those alchemist fire, or at least materials to make alchemist fire for that flamethrower he has. So
Okay.
looking at other things like that.
Very cool.
So
Wow.
All right, great. Well, let's take a quick 5-minute break and meet back here anon.
Sounds good.
Cool beans. We're after 5 minutes, so let's get it cranked up here.
Let's get it going. Let's get it on.
Let's go first to let's talk Bromir first.
Oh,
So you head to the circus. I think you
I'm-
watched the VOD a little bit where they went to the circus before, right, Gribble?
let's just say I'm walking there, right?
Yeah. So you're walking there. The road is wet, right? It's recently rained here in Drenchport. There's like a dirt path is the road, so there's not like blocks or anything, but there's a wet, muddy dirt road leading over the hill in sort of the back of the city. And as you crest this hill, you see all the usual fanfare that you're accustomed to seeing the circus of Wayward Wonders laid out before you, except that it's all drenched, it's gray, it's sodden,
Mhm.
and you see like you're kind of on a vantage here looking down on the circus, and you can see even from here there's almost nobody there
Right.
visiting. You make your way down to it, and there's a person there to greet you as you come in. It must be new. You don't recognize him from before. And welcome, traveler. Come on in to the Circus of Wayward Wonders. And you can see that he's like doing his best to keep his game face on, despite the fact that this is ridiculous.
Hello. Yes. Where is Corvin? Have you seen Corvin?
You're a friend of the circus?
I used to be a member of the circus. Yes.
Well, you are a large man. Perhaps I am doing your accent now. Wait, you're
So
not.
is that your specialty? You take some people's voices?
I am very good. Mimicry, yes.
Oh,
that's what
now
I
we're
do.
turning French, yes?
Yes, I do mimicry.
Oh.
You're not Bromir, are you?
Yes, my name is Bromir.
Yes. Oh, yes. I've heard of you.
You've
I've
heard of
you.
me.
Yes.
You've heard of me.
Corvin is in the back.
Good, thank you.
Yes, around the elephant cage.
I go towards the elephant cage.
Okay. And you go back there and you do come across Corvin. He's just back there kind of like dancing some knives across his fingers and seems to be practicing, but absently, not with intention. And as soon as you get close, he's like, Bromir, oh, you're back. I thought you had left. I mean, the others said they were going to come and take us to Chalk Harbor. I guess that's where we're going next, but I didn't, it's been a week, so.
Yes,
glad
we
you're
got.
back.
Yeah, well, of course. I said I would be back. I am back. Of course, I would not leave you.
Yeah, of course. Right.
But yes, I figured that you would be ready to go. It's not a very good day out. It's gloomy. It's raining.
Yeah. Well,
Perhaps you would.
Go. Are we ready to go?
Yes.
Oh,
We can be. We can wait for you to pack up and get things prepared. But
Well, yeah. Let's tell Trandell. Of course, you recognize Trandell, the name of the ringleader,
The ringleader.
of the circus. Circus, yeah. He was your boss, so to speak, when you remember.
Trandell Mandow, I believe.
Trandell. And he kind of like starts going that direction. Do you
Okay.
follow along?
Oh yeah.
Okay. He's like, "Come on, yeah, let's go.
Let's
get outta here."
it's. Do you? I look at him. Do you want to get on my shoulders, like old times?
I wouldn't mind if I did. And he like
Up you go.
you kind of like bend down and he just scampers up onto your shoulders. And he's like, "Ha ha! Go, Bromir.
Go.
I have your accent now too."
What is going on?
So yeah, you guys make your way back laughing to basically the center of the circus where it's laid out. And there's a big, palatial tent that's set up, looking very dismal in this sort of gray, wet background.
Mhm.
And you put Corvin down because he can't get into the tent.
Sure, right.
On your shoulders.
There's a height limit.
And yeah. Anyways, and Corvin kind of like pulls back the thing and he's like, "Trandell, are you here?" "Yes, I'm here." "And Bromir's here to see you." "Oh, bring him in. Bring him in." And, Corvin kind of waves you into the tent.
Andol, you old son of a goat. Hello.
"Bromir, it's glorious to see you again. I've missed you. Ever since you left, we've had such a hard time getting crowds. I need my strong man."
I see this. Yes, it is. It could also be the rain.
Well, yes. Well, there's always rain here in Drenchport, but I think we've made the best of it. I really do think we've made the best of it. Don't you think? I mean, isn't the circus marvelous?
I do miss the circus from time to time, especially when I'm out in the ocean and there's nothing but blue water forever. It is something I do miss.
Yes. I heard from your captain Wesley. He said that you would ferry us to Chalk Harbor. Is that not correct?
That is why I'm here.
Fantastic. Oh, we're ready. You're ready?
We can be ready. Yes. How long will it take you guys to get ready to?
We'll pack up today. We'll be ready to set out in the morning.
I will go back and I will tell my crew and everybody else the great news.
Excellent. Bromir, while we've got you, won't you
Do you
think
need
about
help?
coming to stay? Yes, to help us pack. And
Yes.
won't you think about staying in Chalk Harbor with the circus for a few weeks? To show the people in Chalk Harbor what a strong man really looks like. Yes.
That's near New Texas, yes?
Yes, it's right about where New Texas is. Everything's bigger in New Texas.
Okay. Well, we'll see about it. I had some fallings out in New Texas.
Oh, understandable. Yes, they're very, very touchy lot.
But
Very
I
touchy.
do appreciate the offer, but maybe I will. Like I said, I do miss juggling gnomes.
That's great. Yes, and Corvin certainly misses being juggled.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
he's a halfling. He's not a gnome. It's different. Sorry. Anyways, fantastic, Bromir. Just so pleased to see you and just yes, very excited. Very. Yes.
So where should I go start first? With the help of taking down the tents, or should I start carrying elephants?
Yes, I was thinking you would pick up one of the elephants and take it to your ship. Yes, that would be perfect.
Okay.
I hear you can grapple huge creatures. So
Did I
that
tell
makes
you
sense.
about the large moose I grabbed?
I've heard about. No, I haven't. You'll have to tell me the story.
Yes.
But yes, let me tell some people that we're packing up and what's the name of your ship that we'll be coming to?
What ship did we have? I can't even remember. Was it the flute
Hey,
or the
Wayward Sun? Wayward Sun is the flute.
It is the Wayward Sun.
Okay, we'll be there in the morning.
Great news, great news.
Tell your captain, and we'll make it so.
I will tell my acting captain. Yes,
of course. He's not it's not a permanent position. Your captain.
It is no. It is. We still have a captain. We just haven't yet found him.
Okay.
Right now, he's acting as captain.
Well, now I guess now that Desi is
playing a role as the captain, or
he is a thespian. He can be a thespian at some point.
But have you?
I'm not a captain, but I play one in a game.
He might join the circus. We always have room for thespians.
That's a good idea. Perhaps we could go from pirate to stage actors.
I love the idea.
Could come back to the circus.
You're a pirate. What?
What? Surely you knew.
No, I did not know.
I have joined a band of misfits, but we are not all misfits. As myself.
You have sway in this world, pirating world.
That is sway is the general term, but I have been known to sway.
Are you familiar with a free captain in the area? Goes by the name of Vane Keats.
Vane Keats?
Vane Keats. Have you heard of him? You wouldn't have heard of him.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could recall knowledge.
You could do a society check if you wanted to check.
I'll do a society check.
Maybe you have.
Be a sus check.
We have not rolled above 5.
You've not heard of Vane Keats.
Okay. I've heard of John Keaton.
I believe that's a different man altogether.
Okay.
Okay.
Captain Keats is a powerful pirate. Free captain around here, and
so he doesn't charge?
That's my understanding. Anyways, I have a deal with him to put the circus on in certain places around the shackles, and he has selected these places, and so we must go to them. But unfortunately, as it happens, that we not all of these places that he wants us to go are very profitable. So here we are.
So
and here we go.
So he has you under contract, but to go to
yes, we did. We made a deal. I signed a deal. Yes, it's true. It's true. I did.
What is the deal? I mean, you told me to go to other place, but what was the benefit?
Well, he did pay us a large upfront sum of money.
So he paid you a lot of money to go to different cities, but the cities he told you to go to don't have a lot of people to go see the circus.
They weren't as profitable as we hoped, and we made certain investments, of course, in fine equipment. We know this fine equipment will pay off with the right audiences.
I let out a sigh.
But we just haven't had the audiences yet. Bromir, you understand?
Have you been getting into your weird contraptions again?
Listen, I didn't buy anything very strange.
I look at Corvin.
Up and up. And Corvin is like eyes down. He's like, I'm not getting involved in this.
Chocolat bleu.
Listen, I shouldn't have mentioned it at all, Bromir. I'm sorry. I don't want to get you involved in all this. We'll take our ride to Chalk Harbor, and perhaps you'll do some strongman shows for us there, and we'll go. It's fine.
I will help out in any way I can, but I would like to know more about this Captain Keith.
Well, he is a man of some mixed repute here in the shackles, but
he's a pirate.
A man of some personal wealth.
Pirate.
He kind of like, you can see that while he's talking about the things that he bought and wealth, that he's like looking around at this massive tent that he's in. You don't recognize it from before. You assume it's new. We agreed to do certain things, and it's just that I guess now I regret perhaps the agreements we made, because these places we're going, they're not profitable places to go.
What happens if you do not come up with the money and the gold?
Well, I don't have to come up with money. I have to give performances, but now it's we don't have a lot of money to operate on.
that just is perplexing to me. That he would send you to places that just are not good for you to make the money. It's like he's setting you for failure.
Well, perhaps yes.
Is that intentional?
I agree. I agree with you. I think that he did try to set us up for failure. That's true.
How
So,
would you guys like to become pirates?
But
Actually,
I do want
We'll
to help
need
you.
another
And
ship.
Perhaps there will be another ship. But I do not think that this should be your future. Perhaps another future lies ahead for you in the Circus of
Perhaps.
Wayward Wonders.
yes, the captain, I believe he is currently making harbor in Hell Harbor. And we are, after Chalk Harbor, we are to meet him in the next destination, which is Hell Harbor. I've been promised that Hell Harbor is a larger place, and we might make some good money there. So I'm very excited. But
So you have to go to Chalk Harbor, and after Chalk Harbor, you go to Hell Harbor, where he is.
yes.
How long until you have to go to Hell Harbor?
We're supposed to spend at least 60 days in Chalk Harbor.
Plenty of time.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll discuss with the crew and see what we can do to help. But I will help you.
I appreciate this, Bromir. Not only you're not just a physical strong man, you're metaphorically a strong man too. Thank you. We'll see you in the morning.
Your
Elephants.
words.
Elephants akimbo.
I will take 2.
Okay. Let's jump to Captain Wesley, and I think Tavom is going to be aiding him in the purchasing of needful supplies. And of course, now Captain Wesley gets aggro.
Oh,
No, I'm
roll
good.
initiative.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're going to go buy lumber and supplies. Is that
Yeah.
right?
We're going to Smith's Lumber Company.
Okay. Yes, it is Marcus Smith at the lumber company. And he greets you. How are you? What are you going in trying to buy?
I mean, lumber.
Okay. One thing I'd say
Yeah.
is we'll say this. You can carry 25% of your HP, the HP of your ship, in lumber without any penalty.
Okay.
Or you can go up to 50% of your HP in lumber if you want to take a -1 to maneuverability. So your max HP, I think, on the flute is 120, right?
Mm.
Yep.
So you can carry 30 HP on board with no penalty, or you go up to 60 HP of lumber, but you take a -1 to maneuverability to do so.
I think we're going to stick with just the 30 for now.
Okay.
Just try to conserve money. Just have something on hand.
Okay. Are you trying to talk him down?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me those Diplo checks.
Can I use
The
intimidation?
hag. You're gonna aid with intimidation?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little good cop, bad cop.
Well, good cop, bad cat.
Mm.
Bad cat.
Yep. Bad cat.
Cat, bad cat.
Svaldur will play hangry cop.
Good
Meow.
cat, bad meow.
20. Okay, so +1.
Eat a Snickers. You're not yourself when you're hungry. Tonight's
roll
episode
for
brought to you by
it.
Snickers.
Knickers.
Okay, so Tavom, that is a successful aid.
Oh, no.
Wesley.
I'm going to use one of my regular hero points on
What
that
is your
one.
second
Permanent hero
one?
points.
Your second one tonight?
No, I haven't used one yet.
Didn't you use one?
Mm.
Nobody's
Oh.
used the hero point.
Nobody's used one.
Somebody used one.
Okay. I was about to say, if I missed one.
It must have been Tucker.
Oh,
my
did-
goodness.
Oh, classic.
What are our
Tucker.
roles?
Somebody
Tucker
had
in
to
the
say
house.
Tucker's name.
It's very convenient to blame someone else. All right.
Especially when he's not even here. I mean,
Especially when he's not here.
He says, we've had a real problem with lumber lately, but I got you a good deal. It's gonna cost you 15 gold pieces for 30 HP of lumber. That's how he puts it.
I think we can do better elsewhere.
I'm the only lumber store in Drenchport.
I meant a different harbor.
Oh. Well, perhaps. But we're here, and you're not there. And that's Drenchport. That's our slogan here at Drenchport.
It's on a
We're
sign.
here.
15.
And we're not. I like that. That's actually it.
It's a.
I can see it.
It's okay, Tavom. We can afford that. That's
15
sufficient.
jeeps.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Taking
you're going to
the
go ahead and buy
Svaldur
'em?
approach. I appreciate that.
All right. So, be well, if you will, note on the ship's card that we've got 30 HP of.
Wait, did we nominate B-Will as the
He's the keeper.
the
of the ship.
accountant? Okay. All right.
I
Oh, dear God,
haven't
we have
been
no money.
stealing. I've been doing everything legit.
Somebody
Mhm.
checked his books.
We're gonna have to have. We're gonna have to have an audit.
Okay. And Swing, you're going to get some tinctures and some alchemical supplies. Is that right?
Oh, it's ammunition. Just basic ammunition, kind of restock on that, and
Right.
then yeah, the tinctures, and gonna talk to Lady Smith.
Jesse Smith. Was that her name, Jesse? Is that
She
right?
was the one at the
His
blacksmith,
girl.
Yeah.
and then I'm going to.
She works both places.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I just saw you across the street.
She pulls
Oh.
up her welder's hat as you walk in. It's
Like,
super
not even-
modern.
Like changes like a different wig on top of her hair. It's like, oh, all right. I'm like, all right. So yeah, I'd mentioned that. If there's no one else in the store, kind of lean forward and like, yeah, I've heard you make a certain tincture for our friend Brother Thomas, and
Yes.
I was
Um,
saying if you could brew up a batch of those, or
Of
if you have
course,
some
yes.
hands.
For Brother Thomas, I'd be happy to. There is a price, of course, for the tincture. I'm sorry, but I have to buy the ingredients. It's
The
5
no
silver
deal. No,
pieces
I'm just kidding.
per potion.
Okay.
We can. I probably would have told him that we could take that out of the general fund,
Okay.
so that he doesn't have to. At least for Thomas's medicine.
Yeah, I'll talk to her like, that's perfectly understandable. As a craftsman myself, I understand this costs for materials given rarity and everything, and 5 silver is very reasonable for how important I know it to be for the young man.
Of course.
Now, when you say 1 potion, do you know how long does that last, the gentleman?
I believe he drinks one each week. So a potion usually lasts him for a week. It's not a cure. Unfortunately, I lack the skill to cure the poor boy, but it does help him with the pain associated with the disease. And it seems like each one usually lasts him about a week, and then he comes back for more. Are you friends of his?
Yes, I were traveling companions just by happenstance, and we're seeing him on his way. He asked me to pick up some for him, and he's just waiting back at the.
Are you going on a long journey then?
We met online in a chat.
Online by chance. It was just pure chance. We happen to be local in the area.
God,
No,
local orphans near you.
no. We happened to be traveling together, and I was just stopping. I was in the neighborhood per se, and yes, he asked to pick up a couple for him. I don't know how long we'll be traveling together by chance, but 1 week sounds plenty long enough. Do you know how long they keep, or if there's a concern with them potentially?
These, I
going
believe,
sour?
are shelf stable, but I'm no doctor, so I could be totally making this shit up.
I appreciate your
fucking-
I'm really more of a blacksmith.
I'm really
As she says that, is there like a sticker on these that's like refrigerate after opening or something?
Yeah.
Discard after a week.
Yeah. Like, oh,
It's an
God.
expiration date for just a few
Yeah.
days from now.
It's like just when
Uh,
she stamps it with an expiration
if
date.
you'll be gone for a while, I might recommend getting a few, perhaps, to stock up. Thomas never really had the money to buy extras, but you seem pretty well-to-do.
Oh,
Make
that's
it easy, buy 1 gold worth.
that was what I, would like to kind of treat the poor boy. He seems to be having a bit of a rough go of it the last several days, and yes, I wasn't aware he suffered from this condition. Now, do you have a? I'd hate to pry in his personal business without him asking directly, just yet. But did you have a name for this condition, or does he just come to
And
you with a recipe to just?
unfortunately, I don't know.
Hmm.
The potion that I provide is simply just a pain reliever. It doesn't treat the disease. It's a wasting disease.
Lean?
An orphan
Is it
hooked on
purple?
painkillers.
It is. She mixes up a few bottles of purple drink.
It's Dimetap.
It's Dimotap.
It's time.
What's it?
It's a Dimetap.
Yeah.
There you go. It's only 5 silver, not 10. Anyway, then yes, I'll take. It's 5 silver apiece. That's 1 per week.
2 potions per gold.
That's right. 2 weeks, 3 weeks of time. Let's do. I'll treat the boy. Let's do 2 gold. So 4 potions. Get him through the next, say, month's worth of time, and I'll speak with him more about this. I'm no physician myself. I'm more in the kind of.
It's and I know that they in the bigger cities, the Physicers and the Chirurgeons, they have they have magnificent techniques. I think they could heal him probably. There was a woman in town, a young woman, a while back. She left before Thomas could meet her, but she healed a man here who didn't speak much. I say that I hope you can take him somewhere where he can receive proper medical care. Drenchport really just isn't the place.
Oh, I hear that. We are going to hell soon, so I hope we can find him some help there.
Yes,
And,
that's great.
Yes.
There's a lot of help in hell. Help.
Yes.
That's why help.
Help.
P is silent from what I hear.
It's a stretch.
Yeah.
Help.
That's what I hope
Help.
to find. Yes. Wonderful. Does it take too long for you to brew these? Should I check back in the morning?
No, yes. So just give me a few minutes, and she goes back and mixes them up for you. And did you want to buy anything else? Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna ask her about what was it? It was tea related.
Tea related. Is this role play tea? I'm dying. Where did I put my
No, it
phone?
was actual item tea because I recently discovered it while searching. I already paid for the ammunition by buying it through the compendium browser.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, you're good.
So, and then, but as for the tea, I found some, and I was gonna ask her when she comes back about. I heard of this type of tea, a certain kind of green tea that some people refer to it as trickery tea, and the item itself is called covenant tea. That when you brew it, drink it, you get a +1 item bonus to diplomacy checks for your perception DC. to your perception DC for 10 minutes. So the compendium has it as 10 gold a pop. So
Is the unbrought down for y'all?
No, it's up for me.
Weird, mine's not loading. Okay.
Yes, I have heard of this recipe before. Would you like for me to brew you some?
I would love some. Yes.
I only have the ingredients to brew 3 tinctures. Is that sufficient?
They're a little expensive for what I have on me, so I just would like one good one.
Oh, just one?
Try it
Of
out
course.
for the moment.
Yes.
Yes.
And she brews it up for you, and you get a unit of Covenant tea.
Okay, great.
Very cool.
So I'll buy it for the 10 gold out of the compendium.
Yep.
Okay. And so that's inventory and.
Okay. Is that all we got in Drenchport?
That'll be it. I'll take the. How would you like me to itemize the 4?
If you just want to put it in the, we have a shared storage, right?
Yeah.
Just put 4 potions for Thomas in there.
I already took the money out for it.
Okay.
I saw that. Thank you. So consumables. Can I just? There's not a button in the stash to.
I usually have to add it to mine and then drag it in.
Oh, okay. I'll do that. Okay.
All right. So, the next morning comes, unless anybody stops.
Yay for morning.
Yay for
It is a misty morning, and as you rise, and the mist rises on the the place where the water is.
Ocean.
God damn.
the
Struggle.
beach.
I feel like there's another word for like
See?
Sure.
the bay, maybe. Anyways,
The harbor?
the harbor. The mist rises over the harbor.
We're getting old.
Wesley, dude, it's the terrible. It's the terrible.
It's
Wesley.
It can happen at any age.
It could happen to any president.
It's the terrible. Wesley.
That's why I'm the captain, not the president.
That's right.
You are reminded of your grandfather's ship as the mist rises in the morning. You know that he named his ship after this kind of feel, this kind of calm, chill. Sound is sort of deafened, dullened. You feel very secure and alone out in the morning like this because the sound just doesn't travel. By the time you get to the ship, most of the circus is already there's this huge conglomeration of tents, animals, people. They're just kind of stacked up on the pier here waiting to board. And you kind of come out a little bit bleary-eyed, taking in the morning. And Trandle is like, "We're ready to board, Captain Wesley."
Well, board then.
Okay. And they start loading up. And within a few hours, they're ready to set sail. Are you guys wanting to do anything before you leave, or are you feeling good?
Good.
I'm feeling good about Drenchport.
Yeah, I think our only other thing here was the one other, what we presume was a faceless stalker that we haven't been able to cover.
Yeah, I would like to go looking for that guy.
Well, we're not. I feel like.
Well,
I have a suspicion that we're going to run into him again.
it's gonna take a little time for them to load onto the boat. If we still wanted to go, I don't know.
Yeah, it'll
take an hour or two.
I mean, if y'all want to go out, absolutely. Do some recon. That would be fine. The other thing that we have, the other hook, if you will, was Brother John's confirmation.
Consecration.
Consecration. Yeah, that too. We haven't followed up on that yet either.
True.
So what you're saying, we have a lot of side quests.
Just 2. Just 2.
Just 2.
Well, 3 if you count the circus.
That's
Or
Lord.
if you count Agmander as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still wants to go deliver
But here
that.
right now, we have some loose ends we could tie. Yes?
Maybe.
Potentially.
Yes. You guys are free to move about.
The captain.
Per captain's orders.
Yes, we'll load
Per
up
acting
properly.
captain's orders.
Of course, yes.
Of course, yes.
You're very skilled, thespian. I like your work.
Well, you know, it's. I am
almost
acting.
believe that you're the captain of the ship.
Until they tell me otherwise, you know.
Isn't that right? Beautiful. And he struts aboard.
You are a good actor. Wesley.
Now Decius wasn't the first mate, was he?
No, he was the second mate.
Second mate. So he's still higher rank. So theoretically.
Well, he mentioned last time that he was never interested in being.
Okay. Well, there you go. I tried. I did my due diligence. I followed the chain.
Yeah, I mean, I would say probably in the time in between what we've done live, Decius would have been like, Wesley, you seem to be doing okay. As long as you don't screw this up, I'm happy to sit in the back seat. Regardless,
Fair
I'm not
enough.
interested in being captain, but I might just, you get the impression if things go sideways, he might just leave. He wouldn't try to take the ship from you.
Well, Decius, please, I do value your advice as well as everybody else's. I'm new to this. I don't know all the ins and outs.
Well, my first advice to you is don't say that you're new to this, and be a little firmer with your hands, right? Captain Frozenhand was always very firm with his hands, if you know what I mean.
Oh my!
I think I do. I think I
Public
do.
and private. I was like, oh,
I just mean that the frozen hand was very stiff. That's all I mean. Okay.
It wasn't very
Not
cold
all
at
that-
night, if you know what I
Well,
mean.
That's why.
Stiff, you're
That's
saying.
why he had to be so firm.
That's why he was so stiff. Goodbye, GM.
And we're back. Okay, so what are you guys doing?
I guess Svaldur will kind of ask around a bit nonchalantly about the remaining person while
Fourth
they're
man
getting
on the-
loaded up. Yeah.
On the grassy knoll. Does everybody want to do this?
I was thinking I might have a talk with Onaka
Okay.
about the training I've been continuing and getting a little bit more info about the firebrands and if there might not be some resources available to us that we might be able to use to help track down this individual.
She says quite possibly. I didn't work exclusively out of the shackles, but I do know some people here, and I know of some people here. Of course, I'm sure you're aware of Devrin Arlos, the captain of the Nightwave, very prominent member of the Firebrands, very powerful individual that operates in these waters. I don't know him. I've never met him, but I've heard of him. If we can get to a larger city, say Port Peril or Hell Harbor or Quint, I do know people in these places that might be able to help us.
Okay. Do you think that they might be able to help us track down this faceless person we're looking for if we give them a good enough description?
It's hard. I mean, it's just, how would we find such a person? Maybe. It does feel like it would be a bit of a stretch, though. But certainly we could ask. We can, we have resources.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to know. Got to get to a bigger port.
Okay.
But then, yeah, I would go and start looking around and just ask around with what time we have left.
The gather information check, is that diplomacy or society by default? I can't remember.
Diplomacy is default.
Okay.
There's a skill feat for soft.
Yeah. Give me a diplomacy check to gather information. Anybody who's doing it. Anyone can aid or roll independently as they desire.
I'm gonna roll because that would probably go out. I would assume that we have people on the ship. I wouldn't need to oversee.
Right. Yeah, the crew. You got people. Yeah, Roscoe and D-Snuts and people like that are handling it. Wesley gets a 22. If you're aiding, just shout it out before you roll. Svaldur rocking a hot 14.
Oh, I assumed a 20. What?
15 from the bro.
Tries best to aid Bhasko. No.
Oh, that was
Bhasko's
diplomacy.
aiding.
I thought we were doing society.
Oh, you need
Bhasko-
society with. You can use society with a skill feat.
Yeah, there's a skill feat.
Default is Diplo.
And then
I
Bhasko
got
just
a
pukes.
I
at
wasn't
somebody.
aiding. I got a 20.
So it should have been diplomacy. I'm sorry I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it
Should
should
be
be diplomacy, unless you have a skill feat that allows you to
You don't
use
have.
stock.
I don't think he has a skill.
Yeah, I need to re-roll that because it's a different
Yeah,
modifier.
just re-roll it.
It's worse. Wow.
It's well. Okay, so Wesley, you gather that he was staying in another inn in town, but it seems like he has not been seen recently. You're not able to discern like if he left on a particular ship or anything, but like the inn that he was, the inn that he was staying in, they're like, well, he paid out a couple of days ago and hasn't been back.
Which could mean anything from he left and he's on the seas somewhere, or he checked out and he's impersonating somebody else if he's a faceless, or he's dead. I don't know. Yeah.
Never know.
All right.
Or he retired.
Or maybe he retired. That's a good point. Maybe he retired in
a ship called Misty.
He
Mornings.
retired perfect.
Otari.
Yeah.
Took a stray earth bow to the knee.
Yep.
Speaking of which, Bromir, did you happen to mention anything about the deal with the circus with that other captain?
Which
To
other
the group.
captain? Oh, you're asking me or Bromir?
Yeah, Bromir. Yeah, would you have
asking you
if Bromir brought that up to the rest of the crew?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the rest of the officers, because you guys are officers.
Yeah, I mean, after I helped the circus and I went back for the night, I planned on telling you guys the deal that they're coming, the circus is coming, and hey, by the way, Captain Keel at Hell Harbor and all that, and blah blah blah.
Okay.
Coming.
That's free Captain Vane Keats.
He's very
Captain
vain.
Vane Keats.
You're so vain.
You probably think this. Anyways,
This song's about you, yeah.
We're okay. So, are we ready to rock out?
With our
Dock out. There's a dock.
Is a dock? It's the dock side.
That pun was without peer.
What was that?
That pun was without peer.
Thank you.
No pressure.
Okay.
All right. Are you guys hitting the waves, or do you want to check in with anybody else?
I'm sorry. I did want to do one thing real quick, and we can hybrid this or just quicken it. With Bhasko finding the potion place, I was wondering if there's a place where I could find something for my wrists, or not my wrists, but my gloves.
Your gloves.
Your wrists, are they sore?
I was looking for what's that?
Like an ace bandage.
Just a shit. What was it called? I just closed it. The thing that has
A +1 strike. Striking.
plus one
rune?
striking. That's what it was. Striking. Yeah.
No, striking runes. Drenchport doesn't have that
Okay.
level of technology, as it were.
So yeah, that was it.
Hell Harbor might, though.
Okay. Hell
Right.
Harbor likely would.
Bhasko did want to talk to Bromir about possibly creating some gloves for him that you could slot in. Well, they're bombs, but it's things you can be able to add element like alchemical damage to your punches, and
Punch Bomber.
it's called alchemical gauntlet.
Oh,
Or an
spicy.
And so he'll talk with him about like what it looks like, the design. It's gonna take, I believe, since it's item level 1, it take a little while to make. But while we're gonna be on the boat for at least a few days, he's gonna see if he'd be interested in if he made it for him, trying it out.
So you're wanting me to be a test subject for you?
Oh, it's an idea just to enhance your punching experience.
What are the repercussions if something happens?
I wouldn't say anything happened to you.
Will it blow up in my face?
You get joy in adding this kind of, I would say, multiple different effects depending on what we. It's not like we're pouring acid on your hand and then you're punching with it. It's more controlled.
I'm pouring it with my fists onto somebody else.
Yes, it's more like.
Can I test it out on you?
And pushes, not me. Monty does a great job.
Yes,
as
not my Monty, not my circus. Yes, let's pull into Monty.
Mhm.
The full Monty.
Monty just kind of nods like, yes, punch me. So yeah.
So they're effective, I take it. Okay.
Yes, it just takes a couple of days, and if we have such things of flasks of acid or, bottled lightning, things like that, you can slot it in and punch a few times.
It does not all just acid. It could be lightning too. Lightning in the bottle.
I've heard of different kind of potion-like alchemical things you can slot in, and it pours out as you punch with it. It's
very interesting.
Just so you know, gauntlets are a simple weapon, so they
So
deal.
it wouldn't be my gloves.
Right, it's a D4 in damage, and the gauntlet does a D4 of whatever element damage.
Gotcha.
Right.
It would need to be unarmored for me to.
Gauntlets are the easiest way for people to get their normal punches to be lethal.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. It was still a fun rapport and conversation I had with you.
You're like, these gauntlets, I like to have my hands free.
What if you put the acid on my gloves?
What if you put the acid on my ass?
What if I held the bottle right here and I punch through the bottle into the person's face?
I take the acid and then I punch. No.
I take the acid.
Anyways, moving on. Are you guys ready to set sail?
Yeah.
It will be a few days, probably about 3, maybe 4 days sailing to Chalk Harbor. So we will need 2 rolls of 2d6. Who wants to do the first one?
Hasn't rolled yet.
Nope. Here we go.
I have not.
7. Perfectly average. And who wants to roll 2d6? You swing.
Go ahead, swing. Yeah.
I can do it. Roll
Big money, no whammies.
6.
Hey, 7 craps.
Double 7.
All right.
Hey.
You guys are making your way. You're about maybe 2 days into the sail. In the distance, you notice Tavom spots on the horizon, red sails. Looks like it's a small ship, maybe a sloop thereabouts, in the distance. Fast moving. You see sails are full of air, like the sails are full, moving quickly. It's moving sort of at a what do you call this angle, Chris? Where you're coming this way and it's coming this way. It's like a
tangential.
It's kind of like tangential.
Perpendicular.
It's not perpendicular,
Angular?
but it's not an intersect course.
Oh, so
Askew.
And do we have a visual on the flags?
The flag is just a red flag.
Red flag, red sail.
Do we know what that
It's like a
means?
solid
Red
red
herring.
flag. It doesn't
Danger.
ring a bell to you.
Do you relate that to us, Tavom? Or can we
mean,
even see it without Tavom?
No,
I mean, Tavom would see it first, and then later, if
Yeah.
you guys don't change course.
I'd call it down. Ship
Okay.
off the port bow.
Port meow.
Sure.
Port bow.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
So,
So yeah,
how full is our cargo hold between the circus and the weapons?
very full. You're sitting
There's
heavy
a
in the
whole
water.
circus down there. Yeah.
You got elephants. on the deck.
Elephants. Oh,
Yeah. At least two.
At
that I
least two.
carried.
He carried a Makembo, so they can't be
Mr.
that heavy.
Kimbo. Yep.
Elephants
Boa
akimbo.
Kimbo. Yeah.
Mr. Frodo, I saw the heffalumps.
Meanwhile, they were stuffed elephants the whole time.
Right? They're decoys.
They're not the real elephants.
Well, perhaps we could leave them with their cargo and just take their gold.
I mean,
My circus people?
No,
Like
the
What are we
red
talking
flags. The red flags. Is it? You said there's. Did you say there were multiple ships?
No, it's just one ship.
Just one.
Red sails, red flag.
Yep, just one. It's smaller than ours. It's kind of fast. Red sail.
I mean, we'll follow whatever the captain wants to do, but we don't always have to pirate.
Whoa!
What?
You leave. A new paw, if you will. But I do agree in this instance with Tavom.
Okay. I mean, if you feel we should let them pass and carry on our
Wayward son.
Wayward son.
son, yeah. Okay. If we are in agreement, then we'll let them go. Unless, of course, they decide to attack it. Maybe we should just go
Yes.
close by
stand ready.
We get
And
closer so they attack
see-
us, and then we can kill them.
and see if they, then it's self-defense. It's not pirating.
Can
True.
I take out my spyglass and see if I can get a better view
Sure.
of
Yeah.
their ship?
Yeah, anybody's free to roll a perception check that has a spyglass.
You say that we kind of
Got one.
made it this far pretty well. Is it
Mhm.
like sunny out, cloudless, or
Yeah,
did we
it's-
leave the rain behind, basically?
Yeah,
So
it's
we have
pretty
good
sunny.
visibility.
Good visibility, yeah. Svaldur rolling absolute rocks tonight, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I can't roll
Same.
above a fucking 5.
Same.
I
bro.
know. It's pretty righteous.
Good thing we were not fighting anything.
Anybody else attempting to? That's it.
Bhasko raised
Not unless I can sneak a look
Spyglass.
with somebody else's spyglass. I don't think I have one.
I'll just like
Okay.
be cheek
You
to
can use
cheek,
Svaldar's
like,
if you
looking
want.
through it together.
Yeah, I would love to.
You can make out a couple of interesting details about the ship. It is intricately crafted. It has like a bowsprit that's like and with a what you call it, a figure.
Figurehead.
Yeah.
Figure 8.
You can't see me, or I can't see you.
A snowman?
Is it
What?
called a figurehead? Is that right? What's the
mean,
thing on the front
Yeah.
of the ship?
Sure, figurehead. Yeah.
I think there's a word. Anyways, it has like a finely crafted like dragon head
Figurehead.
for the front of the bow.
Instead of figurehead?
Yeah,
Okay.
and the red sails. You can also make out that there is a some sort of, let's say there's some sort of
If you say dragon.
what's the word I want to gosh
Oh.
there's some sort of emplacement on the front of the ship. Like you see there's a what looks to be a ratfolk person wearing red armor, and he's like holding what seems to be sort of a miniature cannon. He's not pointing it at you or anything. Like he doesn't even look. He's not looking in your direction, but he's just kind of like seems to be swiveling it around in fun. Like
Is it a
it's on
child?
this weird.
Oh, it's mounted to
Sort
the
of turret.
deck.
Oh,
Yeah,
mounted
to the
turret.
deck.
Like a
Yeah.
deck
I wonder-
gun, but bigger.
Hondo is familiar with this area a little bit. I want to ask her if she recognizes the red sails with the red flag.
Let's see.
Typically, if they're on hand at all times, they're typically protecting something.
She says, I've heard of this character. He is a pirate of some repute. I can't remember his name.
Is it Free Captain Vane Keats?
No.
Oh.
No, Vane Keats.
Not John Keats?
No, not John Keats either. I would know his writing. Or something.
He's lefting.
Lefting. Yes. I can't remember the name, but yes, I think it is a pirate ship. This Ratfolk, excuse me, is a pirate captain.
You dirty rat.
Francois gives her an ugly look when she says rat.
Is that him apologizing or her not apologizing? Right?
That's the French way to say Haktua.
Hawk 2. That's
Hmm.
1, 2, right? The hawk is 1.
That's right.
So we don't see any other
So
like crew about the deck. You said it was
You do.
smaller,
Yeah, you
but
do
was
see other
moving
crew.
fast.
Yeah.
Any of them look particularly fearsome in their stature, like running around, or they like?
It's hard to
wielding-
say. I mean, I'm gonna say like right now, you guys are you're at a pretty good distance, so you can kind of choose your level of engagement. So at this point, you can't really make out a lot. I mean, you see a mix of ancestries, a lot of human, regular. They seem to be in regular sort of sailor's clothing, so it's hard to determine if they're. You definitely see that they're not wearing like a uniform, but that doesn't necessarily rule anything out either.
I
have
asked
they
Bhasko.
stopped-
I say, Bhasko, how many guns do they have in their hold? Like, can you see the the gun flaps on the side of the boat that open up?
Yeah, it looks like they've got 3x3.
have they spotted us yet?
Mm-hmm.
They haven't made any sort
No,
of
you spot
motion.
really
to-
first.
Yep. Okay.
Bromir,
Yeah, I mean,
see-
you guys are getting to choose first whether or not you make more distance or close the distance. So if you imagine if you start to close the distance, they will spot you. But right now, you got the advantage.
I say we sail casually.
Kind of like we are doing right now, then. Yes?
But
Yeah, just kind of
carry on.
at
No,
the
come on. We don't
Are
see
you
them.
wanting to see if we can entice them to attack us?
I mean,
Do we want them to attack us?
I don't know. I mean,
What do you mean you don't know?
We
haven't made
have-
any money in a while.
We just
selling us.
sold some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
but
got
haven't
them.
distributed that stuff yet. I
Tavom
mean,
hasn't gotten a lot of gold in a long time.
Yeah, my
It's
pockets
been
feel
up to
like
7 hours.
We do have non-combatant passengers.
well,
not-
that's why I said sail casually.
Including elephants and stuffed elephants. So
And stuffed elephants. Those stuffed elephants are heavier than they look.
Hey,
That's
I
what
mean,
tell me.
that's the circus is his deal. I
have
wasn't
3
really,
guns. They have 1 gun and some just
You hear
interesting
Tavom. You
character
hear
on the
a
front.
voice in your ear say, "A deal's a deal, Tavom. Don't forget, brother. A deal's a deal." Kind of like
Can I
look
do-
back, and there's nothing there.
Jesus, deal's a deal.
Tavom, are you okay? You look a little off.
Is there a
I'm
ship
just
behind us?
gonna. All right, maybe we should turn away from him.
I look around behind Tavom to see if there's anyone there that he's looking at.
No, you don't see anything.
Hmm.
I mean, is there some kind of check I could make to try to figure out what the hell a deal is?
Can I get a sense modem from Tavom?
You can roll a society check.
Society. Oh yay, +1. Come on, rocks. Oh,
Oh, baby.
The highest roll I've seen in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Incredible. You feel like you can't put together what it means, but it does trigger something. Like you feel Like that feeling you have when you know that you're forgetting about something and you're supposed to be remembering it, and you're kind of like trying to dig back into your memory, but it's just not there. And you're like, a deal is a deal. I made a deal. I have to honor the deal. I have to. There's something that you have to do, and you can't remember what it is you're supposed to be doing. It's like when you walk into the kitchen and you forget why you went there. Like that's the feeling that you're having right now.
It can happen at any age.
Any president.
So,
Every age.
Any
as far as I'm
president.
concerned.
so by not attacking the pirates, I could be not honoring the deal.
I guess that's
You
what
don't
you're
know.
I mean,
Yeah.
you don't know. It could be the deal that's down in Hell Hut for all we know.
Since you
Yeah.
did roll well, I think I will say that it seems like this was just triggered more by the circumstance than necessarily anything you're supposed to do. Like
Okay.
somebody, somebody wanted to remind you of something because it became relevant
because
they were talking about deals.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna look at Wesley and say, a deal's a deal. Whatever, you're the captain.
You're just
Deal's a
echoing
deal.
what
I'm
was in
out.
your head. What does that mean?
not
Yeah.
my circus, not my Monty's, and just like
Not my Monty, not my circus. I walk away.
not my Monty's.
Yeah.
I think it is. Yes, a deal's a deal, and we agreed to transport these people. Now, possibly they could defend themselves very easily and adequately, but I believe it is up to us to not put them in this kind of danger.
I believe Wesley would know that the circus folk. It's not about defending themselves. It's not possible for them to defend themselves against a pirate attack from another ship.
Are these
So-
not war
So you're going
elephants?
to avoid the ship, is that right, Captain Wesley? Acting.
Yes.
Thespian,
Yes.
Castly.
Acting thespian.
Acting thespian.
Thespian captain.
It's getting more titles every episode.
Mm-hmm.
roll me your navigation. Is that you do
Diplo?
or Diplo? Yeah, okay, that's good.
Could I aid?
That's what I'm trained in.
Okay, so you kind of skirt around the edge of the ship's vision, and they keep sailing. They disappear over the horizon.
Which
And
way
you
were they
continue
going in? Can you
your journey. They were heading sort
like
of
Drenchport or
roughly toward Drenchport, yeah, but maybe they were going for these islands, or like it's just
Okay.
kind of up this way. You don't know.
okay?
I'm
Headed-
curious.
Headed kind of northeast, northwest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sure.
I thought you
That's
said
the crow
west.
flies.
Your other northeast, yes.
I thought you
The other
said
northeast.
west.
Yes, it makes sense.
Weasley.
Can I
Okay.
do lore warfare check to see about that emplacement we saw, that one in the front, kind of
Sure.
circling around to see if it's something I recognize or if it's something particularly unique or deadly.
Because there's
Roll me
nothing
a-
saying
roll
we
me a
can't
check.
hunt them down later.
Because just trying
Did
to
you guys
see
hear that? It sounded very loud in my ears.
What was it? Oh,
Hunt them down.
22.
Sorry,
I've
I was
heard
trying
of
to
designs
whisper.
like this. You've never seen like plans for one, but it's like it's meant to be sort of a miniature cannon, but instead of firing like a cannonball, which would be at the size that this is, it would be ineffective against like the hull of a ship. This is actually designed to fire like an alchemical bomb. So they are effective against other ships. You've heard about them before, but like I said, you've never seen a working design for one, and there are some difficulties. So you're not sure if you could craft one without having a pattern from which to craft it, but maybe with enough time and effort, you could figure it out.
Bhasko, have you ever seen something like that before?
not in I won't know. I have only seen and heard of designs for some device capable of catapulting or firing bombs, but no, I'd been curious, and I was. That's why I needed an extra look to make sure we weren't running face first into something that shot bombs at us. So
I got to
chemical
thinking.
bombs.
You tried to fix my gloves with some acid. What if you did that with the cannons? Do you think you could do something like that to the ship?
I've been tinkering with designs for alchemical-based ammunition to kind of alter the state of those rounds we normally fire. Yes, but this wholeheartedly, like instead of the ammunition,
Wholeheartedly.
instead of the ammunition being otherwise altered, it's just one whole like a bomb, like alchemical bomb shot by itself, and it's intriguing. But that's if we ever cross paths with them again, I would say we must take it as a prize, and it'll be a fine addition to the ship's armory.
Do you think it would need to have that special gun, or could it be you affix the cannonballs that we shoot already?
Oh, I can. Yeah, I've been practicing and learning more alchemical crafting per se to alter the ammunition we have to have a similar effect, but not as full of an effect as that cannon was designed to do. So, yes, I can.
Maybe when we get to Chalk Harbor, we can discuss further. Maybe see what we can do.
Yes, most definitely. I think so. Because that'd be really cool.
Yeah. So you guys sail on. Another 2 days pass, and you arrive at Chalk Harbor. So called Chalk Harbor.
Guys, look at all the chalk around.
Because of all the chalk.
Right.
Just chalk.
Not a single blackboard to write with. Or
Nothing
on.
to write on.
Yeah, everything to write with.
No. It's you kind of pull into the harbor, but it's not. It's basically like the size of Drowning Rock, if that. It's a tiny place.
Can we just give it that old chalk tour?
You give it the old chalk tour, and you can see like Trandell is on the deck as you guys are approaching Chalk Harbor. And before it comes into view, he's like, "I've never been to Chalk Harbor. I'm very optimistic that it's going to be a lovely place to set up the circus." And as it comes into view, you can almost kind of feel him like wilting at the prospect of what he's about to have to do. But as you guys pull in, he's like, I must free Captain Vane Keats is a vengeful man, and if I don't do what he requires of us, then I will be a hunted man. And so we'll do this, and we'll do it well. Isn't that right? Yes, the Circus of the Wayward Wonders shall proceed. Ah, yes.
Can I get an insight on him to see if he's like hiding something in his words right there? Like maybe.
Sure, you could roll a perception check to sense motive.
Yeah, sense motive on that. It's getting late.
It's getting late, bro. Put a little hawk 2 on it.
Well, hawk, okay. Yeah, hawk 2.
21. You can tell like he's feeling the ill effects of his bad decisions at this point. He never should have agreed to this, but at this point he's in too deep.
Yeah.
And I think also with that, like you gather Bromir with your history because you've known this person for a while. Like he's really good as a ringleader. He's really good as a showman, but he's not a good businessman.
Right. Yeah.
He makes a lot of bad decisions, and even when you were with the circus, it was always kind of this up and down of like you would have a huge boom and then it would be bust, and then a huge boom and then it would be bust. And so this is kind of that you recognize it. It's that bust cycle that you're in right now.
Wow. Can I look at your contract? Just out of curiosity.
It's not something we wrote down. It would
read it out to me from what you recall, word for word.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do my best. And he recites basically that the Circus of the Wayward Wonders will travel to these destinations and provide entertainment and circus events for 60 days, for not less than 60 days.
At each city? At port or
at
whatever?
each location.
60 days. Wow.
Mhm.
2 months.
Yeah, so Drenchport was 60, Chalk Harbor was 60, Hell Harbor will be 60.
Okay.
And then there's like 3 more destinations after that.
All right. Can I want to try this finally, maybe, to see if I can find something that would get him out of having to potentially have to spend 60 days at each location.
Now, well, once you finish each city, will that absolve you complete the contract?
Yeah, once it's done, they'll be done. But the question is whether the circus will be
solvent.
by that time.
Ruined by
Yeah.
then because they're not
Solvent.
funds.
Yeah, solvent.
Mm.
Lore legal 21. I mean, you feel like the contract is not exactly ironclad. You think there are probably some ways that you might be able to weasel out of it. The difficulty is that because it's verbal, you don't necessarily know the exact wording, and additionally, because it's verbal, you know that like any attempt to sort of weasel out of it will result in the wrath of the pirate captain who is the enforcer of the contract. So, if it came to like a court of law or even the pirate council, you might be able to argue a way out of it. But if it's just between you and the pirate captain, he's just going to be a pirate captain.
I was going to discuss, Tavom, that we go to Hell Harbor and maybe we can talk with the Skeets. And maybe we can do something, persuade even.
I mean, I'd be
Purchase
amicable
the
to-
contract.
Yeah, I'd be amicable to seeing if we can't help them out. I mean, we could use some steady income.
Okay. So you guys are, I assume, pulling into Chalk Harbor, letting the circus unload. It's a dreary affair. At least the storms are not quite as severe here in Chalk Harbor. They are a little bit, right now the weather is good. It is a village, effectively, like barely more than a fishing village. So there's not really much shopping to be done or anything like that. Does anybody want to do anything in Chalk Harbor while you're here?
Not do, but what is the time between Chalk Harbor and Hell Harbor? What's the length and destination?
About a day.
About a day?
Yeah.
I think we'll return to Chalk Harbor within 60 days, at least.
Okay.
I mean, would it be worth it at least to go disembark and check out the town and see if we get the similar reactions like we've been here before?
I mean, yeah, that would probably be. I mean, I'm assuming we'd have time while they unload. I mean, day we're not going to leave the same day that we pull in.
Right. Yeah, right.
What was the name of the ringleader again, and how do you spell it?
Frandel.
And you spell it IT?
Del, E-L?
Yeah, and his last name, Califax.
Oh, Califax, right. I had that written down, actually.
Let's take 2 minutes. I'm going to hit the restroom real fast,
okay.
And we'll keep going. I'll be right back.
All right.
I'll be right here.
Hello.
Shalom.
Hello.
I said it would be 2 minutes, but then I had to take a dog outside.
So,
And then, yes.
I would like to have asked Crandall Califax, do you have any posters that you put up, or do you have any other marketing materials that you display?
Oh, of course, yes. We have a whole bevy of posters, gazetteers, shouters, and hailers, and
okay,
various things.
Okay. Do you have any extras?
Extra
Posters.
advertisements?
Advertisements, yes.
Yes, of course. Yes, here you go.
We are going to go to Hell Harbor next, as you know, and we were going to talk to this Vane Keats.
Oh, okay. Yes, excellent. If you
Like I
could
said, I said
be
that I would
cautious.
help you.
Oh, yes, of course.
Cautious. What else can you tell me?
Well, I just don't want to. I don't want things to become any more difficult than they already are. Understand?
I put a consoling arm on his shoulder. Of course, my hand is the size of his face because I'm a large man in
You're
my
very
head,
large.
but it's not really. It's just a normal size.
Sure.
But
But it's large.
we will. But it's large. We will be fine, old friend.
Thank you, Bromir. You're always such a strong shoulder for me to lean upon.
And I take some. I think that I might put some up in Hell Harbor too. Maybe it's just about a day's journey. Perhaps we can get some people from Hell Harbor out this way.
Yes, perhaps so. That's not a bad idea, Bromir. You're quite the marketsman yourself.
I don't know. Perhaps in a past life I was in the marketing. I don't.
Have you ever been in advertisements or anything like that?
Maybe it was. Yes.
Have you ever done anything in graphic design, perhaps?
I heard that those people don't get paid very well. I stay away.
Stay away from that bullshit. Okay. Let me grab a brew. We're dropping off at Chalk Harbor. Anybody else want to do anything in Chalk Harbor?
Just
Chalk it up as
water.
a scratch, and we'll hawk to it on down to Hell Harbor.
Wow.
I mean,
Okay.
other than
Assuming,
Yeah. Okay.
assuming we're still good on supplies and whatnots.
Yeah. It only took us, 2 days to get Chalk Harbor? or something like that?
2 to 4, something like that.
And obviously, we'd let the circus master know that, we can't make any promises, but we're going to do what we can.
Sure.
I look at Wesley. I said, "I'm making a promise.
Making a promise.
Very
Even
well.
if I have to take on the debt myself."
Well, thank you, Bromir.
Well, then, based on that, we'll make it happen.
We'll make it happen, Captain.
Captain. Acting captain.
Acting Captain.
Acting captain, thank you very much.
Being captain.
Thespian captain.
Thespian captain. I like
With
that.
that, he bows.
Oh, God, somebody.
Will somebody end me? Okay. So I'm imagining you guys do not linger long in Chalk Harbor, and you make your way to Hell Harbor. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, other than wandering around just to see if anybody recognizes us while they're unloading the ship.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
I
we're
mean,
famous.
this is a really small place, and you don't get the impression that anybody recognizes you. You don't think you've been here before personally, and nobody of your likeness has been here before.
We're not.
Because
Nobody recognizes us as like they
Yeah.
did in okay.
yeah. But yeah, you do continue on to Hell Harbor. Somebody give me another 2D nuts.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll those dice.
Click on the flute.
Nice.
Click on the wayward son.
Oh, yeah.
Another
Number
7. It is fair winds all the way to Hell Harbor.
Go to Vegas. Or Mississippi? I don't know. Where else is it?
Or Hell Harbor.
Or Hell Harbor, which is also Mississippi.
Tunica.
So,
Tuna coot.
Hell Harbor is located on an island called the Devil's Arches.
Devils?
And it is a larger city. It is definitely more substantive than Drenchport. Better built up. You see stone structures. You see a stone harbor with like wooden piers and stuff, but like a nice stone base.
Stone.
What was that?
Stone. Yep.
Oh.
Stone Dome.
And bustling, like busy. The pier probably has 20, 30 ships or more. As you're
Does it have a
pulling in.
sign that says Hell Harbor population
Yeah, population 9,230.
666,000.
6,666.
Sure.
Okay.
You guys pull into the pier. There's an open mooring, and one of the here they're big enough that they have like little ships that'll come out and kind of guide people in, and they kind of guide your ship into its mooring, and the dockmaster greets you. Welcome to Hell Harbor. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Donald Smith.
Oh.
Are you
I'm the
related to all of the
Dockmaster.
others?
I'm the dockmaster here on Pier B, and I'm happy to make your acquaintance. Yes, I hail from a small town nearby called Drenchport. Perhaps you've heard of it.
Oh, have we heard of it?
Yes.
Yes, a great many Smiths hail from there. It's not unusual.
If all of the great many Smiths sail from there, then does that mean that you're not so great?
I
Just
I don't think I like your tone, strong man.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to become of me.
Regardless
it's not
of
like
that,
me.
be welcomed in Hell Harbor. Is your captain about?
Acting
there.
thespian.
I am the
Cast-
thespian captain.
Caston.
Caston. I'm casted.
cast-
On the
away.
capstan.
Gaston away.
A capstone.
Sir, it is 5 gold pieces to moor here in Hell Harbor. If you don't mind making payment promptly right now.
Very well. I drop him the 5 gold.
Thank you. And tips are certainly welcome, if not incurred.
Perhaps when we leave, as long as our ship is in good condition and has been protected, there probably will be some extra for you.
Okay, I see this isn't your first time sailing the seas, but make sure you don't forget that your dockmaster was Donald Smith.
Donald
The
Smith.
Drenchport Smiths.
Yes.
New Hampshire Smiths.
I will
Donald
take good
Smith,
care
they're great.
of your ship, this wayward son. What is your business in Hell Harbor?
Oh, we're just stopping in to sell some cargo and perhaps
You'll be
pick up some
offloading
more.
goods?
Yes. And then we'll pick up some more and perhaps sell on.
I'm assuming that you're prepared to pay the appropriate tariffs.
What?
When you say tariffs,
Yes, Hell Harbor does have certain import tariffs on
Does he have
goods
a-
that come from other places.
Do you have a logbook?
Do you have that written down?
He does have a logbook, yeah.
Okay.
When he says coming in from other places, is that in quotes? Like
What is coming in
from
quotes? Is that what you
other
mean?
places?
You
Like,
do feel like maybe there's some wiggle room.
Yes, I'd like to see this list of tariffs.
Oh, it's quite extensive. I'd hate to
Oh,
bore you
I'm
with
quite
all
all
of it,
right with looking at it.
Mhm.
If you don't mind, I could look at the goods that you plan to bring in, and I can give you a detailed itemization of the tariffs that would apply to your goods coming in. Sure.
Is there?
Just, as long as you bring the tariff book with you.
Of course, yes. I always carry my pocket-sized manual of tariffs for Hell Harbor. It's like
Might I
a
have- I
pocket-sized
would-
constitution.
Yeah.
Yeah, might I take a look at it?
A smith is never without his pocketbook. Yes. I'm sorry, I can't let you hold it. That's against regulation.
Can I
however,
see get
show
a copy
you-
of the regulations then?
Yes, I do have a pocket-sized regulation book.
How many
here.
pockets this guy got?
He hands you the pocket-sized regulation book.
I want to thumb through the regulation book to see if it's illegal for him to give me the actual list of tariffs.
Roll your legal lore.
Legal lore has been coming in strong this evening.
Any chance I could use academia lore to aid him?
Sure, yeah, I'd allow it.
There you go.
If I were GMing this game, I'd let that happen.
That's awesome.
Good.
Hey, wait, I am.
Hey!
Okay, 8.
Nice.
That's a +1. I'm gonna not take that roll. I'm gonna
Do it.
that.
Oh
No,
my God.
no!
It's one of those nights.
You're not only certain that it is a rule, but you're pretty sure that by putting your hands on the regulation pocketbook, you actually owe a fine of 100 gold pieces.
Oh,
But
God.
you don't mention it, and you hand it back to him, and you're.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep,
Damn.
checks out.
Checks out.
So yes, I'm sure you understand that we run quite a
Well-
tight business here at Hell Harbor, and we're excited for your business. Don't get us wrong; we love to have you here, but of course, business comes at a cost. No.
Theoretically, if these, if my cargo originated in Hell Harbor, would I still have to pay a tariff?
Well, no, of course not. Are you claiming that your cargo comes from Hell Harbor?
I'll get back to you on that.
Why, yes, of course. it
Yeah,
did. I'm gonna pull out a document. where it says it
Absolutely.
that's what I like.
Are-
to do,
are
is
there-
just support local businesses?
Are there other
Yeah,
dock
I'm-
masters on the harbor right now, or is it just the Smith?
I mean, this is the only one. This guy, works like these few piers. There are others, but none of them are like close. You would assume that there are others. You don't.
And we would
necessarily see
assume those other dock masters would also have a dock master's handbook, right?
them. Mm-hmm.
I think.
Of course, yeah. Pocket
Same.
sense.
I think. I'm. My cargo, our cargo, did come from here. Yes,
Very
and
excited to hear that story.
yes, and just to be sure that it did. That tip that we were talking about earlier.
Oh yes.
Yes, I would be willing to pay that now.
Oh, you wanted to pay up front.
Yes.
Of course. yes,
Understanding that my cargo did originate here.
Yes, I mean that would be an understanding that we would need to come to together, and I do understand that. Perhaps you should roll a diplomacy check.
So that you can properly come together.
Yes, we will
Can
come
I-
together.
can I-
Right
Can I
now,
attempt to aid?
under me, I'm gonna hold on. Holy no, hold. Oh, I'm gonna use my last one.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Good
Oh.
God.
Successful
Man.
game.
that's
So he-
spicy,
Good thing we're not fighting tonight. What?
It
right?
says, I think yes. Oh, quite right you are. Of course, this is just an additional docking fee of 5 gold flat
Oh.
rate.
Oh, is that all?
And we can indeed waive the import tariff, which is this is quite convenient for you because that will be a much lower number. Yes.
I'm quite thankful. Quite thankful. Yes, and so I'll hand him the extra 5 gold. So I guess we're out 10 gold total.
10 total. Yeah.
Yep. So-
Fantastic.
so
It's
then-
lovely to do
Tavom.
business with you. Your name is Captain. What is your name?
Steel Arrow, acting captain Wesley Steel Arrow of
That's
the
me,
Wayward
third.
Son.
Lesbian cat.
That's-
That's the backup.
Thespian captain Wesley Steel Arrow the Third.
Okay.
LLC.
Anybody can give me a perception check.
Oh,
Anybody?
Oh, God.
Anybody?
Anybody.
Oh, hey, I gotta find my perception here.
Finally rolled above a 5.
I like it.
yeah,
I like
dude.
you rolling high.
Oh,
big money.
Oh,
After that
Tavom.
one, I needed something better.
Hell yeah, Tavom.
Tavom with the cash money, the only one who breaks that deece. You do notice that the dockmaster, he has a very controlled response, but he does have a very pronounced response to hearing the name Steel Arrow. You're aware that he recognizes the name. Like he didn't know the face, so he hadn't reacted yet. But as soon as he hears the name Wesley Steel Arrow, he has like this kind of moment where he's like, and then he kind of gets himself again, gets his composure.
Big if true.
Oh,
Perhaps you've heard of our Captain Still Arrow before?
Perhaps you've heard
Captain Steelera. Yes, I think the name does ring a bell. Perhaps a captain of some repute. I'm sure.
See, guys, I told you I wasn't just infamous in my own mind.
You weren't acting. You were
Svaldur,
acting.
Svaldur kind of leans into Wesley and whispers, "Remember what Decius said."
The deal is a deal.
Deal's a deal?
No, that's not
No.
That's not what. That's not.
Oh, destiny.
No.
Destiny. About us being mind control.
No.
No,
That's not it either.
Talking about,
you're gonna have to be more specific.
Damn it.
he said to maybe not lead with you being a interim captain and
Yeah.
to use firmer hand movements when talking.
Stop saying you're new.
Have really stiff hands when you
Oh,
like this.
Is he
yes.
while this is going on? Has the focus from the Dockmaster changed? Is he more?
Well,
relaxed.
you guys have kind of concluded your transaction at this point. There's not really anything else that needs to be done. So he's kind of stepping back in the sense of like, you can now use our dock, but also it just happens to be about the same time that this is going on. So there's kind of, he's definitely not being confrontational at all.
I mean, because I want to see if I can get that tariff book off of him stealthily.
Oh, you want to try to? Okay, yeah. I mean, he might be a little bit distracted. How do you imagine you do it?
Well, I mean, as I notice him with the name recognition, I'll try to move around to his side and kind of put my hand up on his opposite shoulder as I come in to try to, get his attention over on this shoulder as I come in and try to pull it.
So I feel like this is going to be like a deception check.
Or a thievery check, maybe?
Maybe it's
One
definitely
and
thievery is
number.
good. Let's do thievery.
Can
I'm
I
gonna say,
aid?
yeah, you can aid. I'm gonna say there's gonna be a
What?
-2 circumstance penalty here. So if somebody can crit aid, then that'll cancel out the penalty.
Ooh, I don't know about that then.
If you
Can
regular aid, it'll cancel out half. So I mean that's good.
Only trained.
is there any chance that I catch Tavom, what he's doing, and maybe doing a creative diversion? Oh
Yeah, that'd
no,
be
I'm
fun.
not. I'm not.
Well,
trained.
what I was going to suggest is I would aid by saying to kind of lean in more to, Wesley. You've heard of him, and kind of get his mind off of what's going on and more about the conversation.
Yeah. I'm open to. If you guys want to use a different skill to aid, I'm open to that. What do you got in mind, Bromir?
I could do a society, maybe.
Okay.
Or
Kind of be social about it.
Yeah,
Well,
that-
maybe
you could
diplomacy.
try that.
Does it smell like chloroform?
Society or diplomacy, I'd be okay with. That was good.
I'll give you a hero point for that swing. The GM doesn't have to, but I will.
I'm not gonna give you one, but that was good.
Yeah, you get one from me.
All right.
If you have to roll a check against me, I'll give you a hero.
Bromir, give us that check, whatever you're gonna do to aid the thievery check.
Well, plus
That
my
is
buttons.
not a successful aid, but not a penalty. Is anybody else helping, Wesley?
I'm trying to.
I'll try.
Untrained.
You said it was
Yeah.
Bhasko?
Could
So-
I
thievery? No, sorry. Which one is it?
could
I
I
had
try by just the distraction I would be doing is like shooting a elemental blast into the air,
Hmm.
kind of like a flare, more to like let the people know that like our crew to know that we're ready to start unloading stuff, but also to
Like
distract
just
the
happen
guy.
to be at the same time.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I'd say it would still be a deception check to kind of like get the timing right. But yeah, you could definitely try that.
I was hoping for something else, but that's
You were
fine.
hoping for a kineticist blast attack roll.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna do that. I would take performance if you have that.
I don't have like any skills
Oh.
as kineticist, so, and I don't really want to crit fail on the aid to make things worse.
But you've already. You have to do it now,
you
right?
got two.
Yeah, do it.
All right, fine. I'm sorry if
Roll
I
that
fucked everything up.
Roll that natch Twinzo.
Immediately even.
Totally mediocre. No problems.
Well, no negatives though, so okay.
Okay, I'm gonna. Wesley's gonna lean into his performance
Okay.
and try to divert his attention.
Okay.
Um,
With your thespian.
maybe with my
Being a
thespian
captain.
performance of being a captain, and
Sure.
perhaps, buttering him up and
buttering
What are my
biscuits.
biscuits?
That's right.
yeah.
You know how to do it.
Only
Well, I didn't know
because I haven't used performance yet.
Oh,
Hey,
go.
there you go.
Thespian.
That's a critical aid, so that is going to cancel out the penalty.
Wow.
BB, go ahead and roll that thievery check with no penalty.
Nice.
I bid you a good day.
I said good day.
And I'm going to nope. I'm using my second hero point, and it better work this damn time.
Oh,
my
no!
It landed on the 20, and then it said nope.
You kind of
Dave,
like
no.
you're sort of getting on his shoulder, and you're kind of reaching around to the other pocket, and he kind of like swats your hand away, and he's like, "I do declare, sir, you are getting far too handsy with me. I need you to step back, please.
I'm
You're
sorry,
getting
my friend.
fur on my clothes."
I thought we were friends here. I was just, saying hello.
Well, I don't know how your people say hello, but around here in Hell Harbor, we have different methodologies. Thank you.
Ow.
So did he catch him with his hands on him, or was he about to touch him and he stopped him?
He was like he had his hands on him, but he didn't get the book out.
So caught him halfway.
Because if
Pause.
so if he did that, but he didn't touch me, and I would have stepped in.
But yeah, so you do not have the book. However, you have made the payment of 10 gold. You are free to dock and moor and unload your cargo. Yeah, so you are in Hell Harbor. He kind of gestures, if you would avail yourselves of the wonderful accommodations of Hell Harbor. People seem to really like the Fated Seahorse. It's a tavern nearby. Good day.
Thank you, kind sir.
I said good day.
Hmm.
You knew it was coming,
actually
but
worked.
you still love it.
Every time.
Should we go? So as soon as he walks off, should we really go to the Fated Seahorse, or perhaps find somewhere else?
I think somewhere else. That
Yeah.
guy was a freaking. I want to kill him.
Dave,
I want to kill him.
I think they
Dave,
guys get
he
set
was-
on fire.
I go to his house. Do we know where his house is?
We
have
can
any
get
children?
this book if you really want it.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. It was more. Dave, I'm surprised you did not get the gold, and you went just for the book. You should have gone for the gold.
I thought I could make more money with the book.
But we would get our money back.
Oh, I figured I'd get our money back and then some.
What the?
If we're not allowed to touch his book and he lost his book, I mean, how much is that worth to him?
Extortion?
Well,
I mean, we're pirates.
we tried. We tried, we failed.
Extortion isn't like, oh my, extortion. I just
Mhm.
like
you mean extortion?
We
Yeah,
tried.
extortion.
We failed. Let's move on. So the only thing we know about here is the free Captain Keats.
Vane Keats.
Vain Keats. He's so vain.
So, hey.
And you also know, this is just by arriving here, you can tell this is a bustling port compared to anywhere else you've been in the Shackles so far. So definitely there is business happening constantly. There's all kind of places you can visit and things you can do. It's, the world is your oyster here in Hell Harbor.
Okay.
There's money to be made.
Money to be baked too.
Money to be baked.
As you are coming into Hell Harbor, of course.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No, yeah.
While
you go
we're
ahead.
walking off the dock, I take some of the posters and I put some on some of the piers posts, just to for flavor.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
some people see it.
Maybe drum up some business. I mean,
Yeah.
Chalk Harbor is not that far.
Maybe chalk up some business.
Yeah,
Chalk it up. Chalk it up to new business.
Yeah.
absolutely gonna try to keep track of days to make sure we get back to Chalk Harbor within 60 days.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't resolve that issue before then.
I would suggest more than or earlier than 60, maybe even 30 days, because they're losing gold.
I mean, I'm not suggesting we go find that guy tonight because my rolls are shit.
Yeah, that's kind of. I mean,
feel you, man. I feel it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't like Donald Smith. I don't understand why not. He seems like a properly
Chop. You say chop.
A good chap.
Chop. I would like to remember.
I think he's a bit of a ponce myself.
Yeah.
De Leon?
But one thing I would say is Oddno does, as you're coming into Hell Harbor, Tavom, she's like, Hell Harbor is ruled over by the pirate lord, Aronnax Endymion, a notable member of the Free Captain Pirate Council.
As a whole council that operates
Put
for
his
free.
name in the chat.
Certainly not to be trifled with. Rumor says that Captain Endymion is a former member of the Chalish Navy. No one knows how accurate that is, but people who have been heard whispering about it have also gone missing, so I'll stop talking about it now.
Oh no! And then hands just grab him and pull him away. Oh no!
I said too much.
Yes, he's I'm sure we won't run into him at all, but
No.
You know,
And he said the free pirate. Not
the free captain, yes,
The
Free captain.
Yep.
the member of the council.
How many members are on the council?
I don't know exactly. Maybe a dozen or so. The council is somewhat free-form, I think. The firebrands don't exactly keep close ties with the free captains, but it's good to know. It's good to know your enemies. Your adversaries, I mean.
If we get on the wrong side of Captain Vale, are we going to have issues? Yeah, with Captain Vale Keats. Are we going to have issues with the rest of the free captains, the council?
Are you asking her?
Yeah. I mean, assuming I overheard what she was saying.
It just depends on the way that you engage. As always with the free captains, they're not necessarily friends with each other. They're not. It's a tenuous agreement that they have. So if you attack one of them in one of their cities, maybe they might feel obliged to respond. But on the open waters, anything goes.
So it's not like a NATO situation.
So, are you saying I should probably not mention the firebrands?
It's not necessarily bad here in Hell Harbor, no. Just that we're a little bit cross-purpose with the captains.
Gotcha.
But not always. I mean, the free captains, they each have their own agenda. They each have their own designs, and
So
sometimes they align with ours, and usually they don't.
So if we were to approach them with a legal complaint against another adversarial captain, it could be to our advantage because it could hurt that captain?
Could be, but it depends. it's politics. It's plans within plans. It's a dagger in the dark. It's a difficult game to play and win.
Yes, I hate politics.
It's an easy game to lose.
Chess.
Politics.
Chess. What the hell?
But chess
Yes.
as well.
Political.
Yes.
I do not do well in chess.
I do not good chess. I do
I
not.
do not chess well.
I do not good chess.
Yeah, no.
All right. Well, I feel we should, as long as we're here while we wait for Hollister and Rain to offload the cargo and make us that profit.
Sorry.
Perhaps we should discreetly inquire about the good captain, Vale Keats. Yeah.
Vane Keats.
Vane Keats, Vale. Why do I keep saying
It's a vein.
Vale.
You're so vain, Keats.
Vault of Night.
Well, Vale.
You got this. You got this.
Yeah.
DDO.
Yeah.
If you want to, yeah, you could do
I'm gonna write it down.
diplomacy to gather information.
All right. Yeah, and I would leave instructions with Hollister to sell the cargo and pick something else up that we can deliver somewhere else.
Okay.
A little flip action. Nice.
Yeah. I mean,
Fresh.
mm-hmm.
Fresh carg.
Maybe something going
now.
to Chalk Harbor too, because I think we have to go back there.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. That's a short jaunt.
Well, John.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, John.
So is this town big enough to find like minor magical armor, like potency 1 armor?
Possibly.
Or at the very least the rune, and then I can help.
Yeah.
Bhasko
or
can help
very
put it
least
on
the
there.
Are you
rune.
guys? Are you saying you'd like to enter into the buying and downtime phase?
Oh shit. I don't.
I don't have
Wanna
any
do that?
money.
I mean, can we?
I mean, I
also
do,
that-
but not.
You guys should
I
be
mean, with-
stacked with cash, right? I mean,
Well,
there's so
we
much
need to
cash money.
distribute it
Shit.
from the party stash
Yeah.
to everybody.
Oh yeah, I haven't got any extra gold. If that's what you mean.
Yeah, no. Because I think I paid the last of my gold went to the message
Mhm.
Yeah.
to the
I mean,
captain in Drenchport.
I'm usually the bank, and I've only got 7 gold. So
Oh shit! I guess I am.
Yeah, but
stacked.
how much
Drowning
cash
Rock.
is in the party stash though?
476.
476.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are not adding all the gold that I give you to this motherfucking stash, and that's your
I
fault.
thought Dom and I had been doing a pretty good job of getting it in.
I
there.
think
I haven't
recently
been
you have
doing
been.
anything.
I don't think we've missed anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I
if true.
I think you've just missed giving us more gold. Is what the only.
that's what it is.
think
You
that's what
think
it
that
is?
you've given us 2,000 gold, which you haven't.
No,
Or
I
he
haven't
has
been
given
that
us
attention.
2,000 gold, but it's split between 7 players.
Yeah.
Not in my pockets.
Not in my pockets. I mean, you guys are also carrying valuable goods, right? That are potentially saleable.
Not in my pockets.
Not in my. Well, you're Bromir.
It-
You're like a
Brokemir.
Senate- Brokemir.
Yeah, there's $274 gold worth of cargo on the ship right now in the ship's cargo.
Okay.
That has to be
We
sold.
did want to sell some to get
Okay.
better
Well, let's
price on some stuff,
so
yeah.
let's do this. Let's resolve Hollister and Co. first.
Okay.
And we'll see how much they can get for your saleable cargo. Okay. How much do you say that it was worth, Bewell?
274.
Okay.
For the record, I do have 60 something gold, but I also haven't bought anything this whole game.
So they are able to sell the cargo for 309 gold. They get a little bit of extra profit out of it.
300.
And I guess we don't necessarily have to pick up more cargo here. We could always sell out and find some.
It's up to you. Yeah, I mean, if you,
Yeah.
you know, obviously cargo that you don't pay for yields a greater return than cargo you do pay for, but buying cargo and taking it to another location is certainly valuable in the form of arbitrage.
Well, and there's no guarantee that we would find any other cargo.
For our econ viewers, shout out
Is there
arbitrage.
Arbitrage.
Surely there are some warehouses about that have like a chart of things and goods that need to be taken to places.
I mean, not necessarily like a a consolidated list, but you might be able to, like asking around different warehouses and things, you might find goods that need to be shipped from here to somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll end up talking to Donald Smith, won't we?
Perhaps. It's not a certainty, but I might get involved.
I mean,
Oh God. Okay.
there's some feelers that I might be able to put out depending on stuff to help find information potentially.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, this is Hell Harbor is a settlement level 6.
Oh,
You are free to buy items up to level 6. Common. Anything uncommon or rare, you would need to run by me.
Okay.
But anything level 6 or lower, you can buy if you have the cash money for it.
Okay.
can we haggle deals?
You can on a case-by-case basis, but I will say, generally speaking, if they're regular items, we might, like if you guys want to make a spreadsheet of like what you're going to sell / buy, and then we just roll one check for all of it, then that would be my preferred approach, because, I don't want to spend a ton of time on it. But if these are bespoke items, like if this is for example, has the black finger, which is, I've signaled is a very specific kind of item. That kind of thing, you could absolutely go in and haggle on
Something off the rack.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's not there's like a +1 weapon, right? If it's a +1 weapon, whatever, you can go sell it for 50%, or we can lump it all together and roll for the whole shebang.
Okay.
Well,
I'll
I'm
have to
alright
look.
with. Do we want to take a distribution of the current gold?
Yes, when you're ready.
Well, I think Davis will have to do that.
Yeah, because that would be nice, because I don't, as of right now, I don't have any money to spend.
So currently there's 785 to be split.
So 785 divided by 6 people.
Well, that's
7 people.
That's the question.
Yeah, I think he
What
can
is the
do
question?
something that'll just distribute it.
Oh, I see. what
They
you mean.
should still get their fair share, like
Yeah.
whether they're here or not. They're
You want me
still
to
part
distribute it
crew.
to
Yeah.
Bhasko, Bromir, Adron, Svaldur, Tavom, and Wesley?
Yeah, our standard party.
Everybody.
Standard party.
Yeah.
Because normally they're here or have been
Jeez.
here or.
Consider yourself distributed.
I've
Yeah.
got platinum.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Are you guys sitting on that waz of cash now?
13 platinum, 9 gold.
Whoa.
So it's 139 gold. It's decent.
Deece.
An armor potency rune is 160 gold.
That's what I
They
was
are
looking at.
available here, but obviously that's pricey still.
So yeah, that's the only thing I want to buy, and I'll have to try to heckle that sucker. But I'll
Yeah.
put it in the spreadsheet for you.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Well, we're about 11 p.m., so I think we're good to roughly call an end here. You guys getting into Hell Harbor, getting securing your mooring, starting to ask around about Vein Keats. Did anybody want to roll on that before we call it a night?
Yeah, I'll do a.
Information,
Like asking. Oh yeah.
a Diplo check to gather information.
Yeah,
It's worth a shot.
I'll give it.
Fuck.
Why not?
aid.
18.
18 is the best so far. Then Tavom comes in
Oh,
with a 21.
Tavom.
Tavom, I hardly know him.
Nice.
Tavom and Bromir, you guys both asking around. You are aware that Vane Keats does moor here a lot. He is currently moored here. His ship is the Basilisk, and he stays in the he stays in the Fated Seahorses. They have a few private rooms.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that's all you know about the situation.
Do we
gather
see
that-
the basilisk in the harbor?
You wanna walk the piers?
I'll walk the piers while I'm putting up posters.
Okay. Yeah. You walk up and down them. You do spot the basilisk. It is a rather it's a powerful looking ship. It is like a frigate class warship. Not quite as heavy as the Constellation was. It's on sort of the lighter side of the frigate class, but it's definitely beefier than yours. Like 8 guns to a side. You know, a hefty warship for sure.
About like 450 hands on the ship or something. Maybe 500. How many?
No, less than that. It'd be more like 80, 100.
Oh, 80 or 100. Okay.
I mean, 80, 100 to
It's still a
sail
lot,
it
but
and run the guns. I mean, you could, if you were having Marines on deck, you could easily run like 250. Would be like sort of its max capacity. But yeah,
Should slash his tires.
do we? Could we get some information to know if it's fully crewed?
I mean, right now it's just in harbor, so I mean, you assume
Like-
that he has a crew.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. I mean, your gather information checks, you'd be aware that it's ready to sail. In
Okay.
general,
we just don't know if it's
Yeah.
at full.
As always, like when a ship of ill repute comes into harbor, like you're gonna lose some people, you're gonna gain some people. So the numbers can be a little flexible, but you are aware that it's ready to sail pretty much at any time.
Okay. I'd take one of the posters and I put it on the boat.
Somebody's like, "Oi, what are you doing over there?
Just some advertising then some.
What's that? A circus in Chalk Harbor?
Right. You should chuck it out, mate.
Oh shit, that'd be great. Fucking right.
Yeah, right. Take you and the kids and go up to Chalk Harbor.
Yeah, me
See
and the
the circus.
kids. Me and the kids. What's in the back? You fucking. Are you serious?
Oh, you and your kids and your wife, and you go up to the Chalk Harbor and you go see the circus.
Right. You fucking what, mate?
You fucking what? You want to go?
We go a couple round.
You want to round? This escalated.
Wickedly offensive.
Wickedly offensive.
I want to apologize to everyone on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean.
Don't do it.
Across the
Don't do it. They don't care.
Yeah,
They don't
no.
care. You fucking
Fuck
what,
your
mate?
tea.
They'll just make fun of our health insurance.
That's right.
Healthcare.
We'll make fun of the way you say bottled water.
Or our diabetes.
Okay, so we are
That's
at
what we got.
11:02. We've learned a little bit about Captain Vane
Ourselves.
Keats and ourselves. And you guys know you're in a settlement 6, so I think that's a good place to stop for tonight.
Oh yeah.
Like you want to get some XP.
Yeah, baby.
X
We're gonna-
Pizzle.
We're gonna go
325.
200.
5.
200.
Can we do 225 by any chance?
No.
Oh, I would love to have that be an even number.
So It'll be
875.
Grantovi. What 8?
Oh, baby. We're so close.
Buell, can you throw another armor potency rune on that Excel sheet?
Yep.
We've
I
already
haven't
got
started it
like a
up yet,
shared
but I'll
sheet.
get it.
I'll
get one up.
cheat.
Oh, do we have a shared one?
No, but I'll
Oh,
share
you were
one
just
with you.
okay.
I just like I can afford the rune, but I would prefer to, if we're haggling, to get a better deal on it
Yeah.
if possible.
Same.
Big hag.
Because
I would. Wesley would absolutely be fine with assisting with haggling on the prices for everybody.
Well, you know, Tavom's mother was a sea hag, so he's really good at hag.
Yeah, haggling.
Haggling.
Yeah.
Your mother was a sea hag.
Your mother was a sea hag. It's not
Your
made
mother
up. That's
was a
true.
sea hag.
That's true.
That's true.
I heard that.
Sound
All
bite.
right.
Yeah.
Your mother
Great
was
stuff.
this in the sea hags.
Great stuff. Burned in a sea hag. Chris, this is your sign to shut off the stream now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thanks,
Yeah.
everybody,
So
for
good
coming
night,
on.
We need to
everybody.
count down how long it's going to
Three,
take.
Thank you. 3, 2, 1.